Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, AD744, and today, guys, we'll be back. We're back at it again for a Champions League reaction, man. Wow. What a match day 6 we just had. What a match day 6, man. What a match day 6. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go talk about all 18 of the games. But I think there's only one place to start. And you know which game I'm talking about. But let me pull up my screen. We're going to start with the Real Madrid Atalanta game. Then we're going to talk about the Barca.
I would say the Atalanta Real Madrid game from the neutral perspective. I mean, I wanted Atalanta to win, but I had that game open along with the Inter game. I had both of them open. And I would say from what I've seen, Atalanta Real Madrid game was potentially the best game of the round. Maybe. I think Dortmund Barca is also a good contender, but I think from what I watched, I didn't exactly really watch the Barca Dortmund game as well because like I had Juve Man City on. So yeah.
Let's start with the Atalanta game, and then we'll maybe we'll just go chronological order. Yeah. I really want to start with this game because this was a big one.
Yeah.
Wow. This was a crazy game. This was a great game.
What I'll say though is from the get-go is I do think that the penalty was a bit soft. I'm going to be honest. I think that the penalty was a bit soft. Apparently there was a bit of contact, although to be honest, from some angles I've seen, I don't know if I would have given a penalty. I'm going to be completely honest. I do think it was a bit soft though. However, Atalanta could have and probably should have got a point at the end, but Retegui missed a very, very big chance, and ultimately that ended in defeat. But I also think, like Real Madrid, I mean, they weren't at their best. Although I do think if Mbappe didn't get injured early, maybe they would have won more comfortably. I don't think that's like something that because the first half I was watching the first half and Atalanta, I think Atalanta's better chances came in the second half rather than the first half. I actually think first half. Especially like early on, I think Real Madrid were kind of like Atalanta were getting some half chances, but I think from what I was watching, it seemed like Real Madrid were making a bit better chances, and they did score first. So there's that. But it was a very back and forth game, and I mean, Atalanta were coming into this game on a very, very good form, but they lost. And I still think they played well. It's just in the end, some of the defending was pretty poor for the goals. And I think that their clinicality was not there. So I think ultimately that's just how it was, really.
Yeah, let me give my 2 cents on this game. Obviously, I did a YouTube short yesterday. You guys can check it out for a brief summary, but I'll just quickly give a quick summary here. Basically, this was a crazy game. Mbappe scoring his goal, and for me, I'm going to say this right now. This was probably Mbappe's best game I've seen him at Real Madrid so far this season. Like it was.
And he didn't even finish the game. He didn't even finish the half. That's the thing.
Yeah, and like Mbappe you saw there, guys, yesterday was the World Cup Mbappe. That was the one.
The first touch, like his goal for the first touch and the finish. I mean, that was like vintage Mbappe. That was what we saw in the 2022 World Cup. That's how it was.
Yeah. So then Atalanta, they had a bad start, but I feel like they weathered the storm as the game went on.
But I do think the penalty was a bit fortunate though. I'm gonna be honest.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought Ederson was fantastic. I think he was probably one of the best players in the first half. Brahim Diaz was also very good too in the first half. And then the penalty comes, in my opinion, it's a bit of a soft pen. I don't even agree. And obviously, I'm a Barca fan, so obviously I will be kind of biased there. But naturally speaking, if I saw my team concede that penalty, I'd be frustrated. Like, bro, that's not a pen. That's definitely not a pen.
Apparently, there was a bit of contact, but honestly, I don't think there was enough contact. I personally wouldn't have done it. I think it's just way too soft, personally.
Yeah, and Charles de Ketelaere scored a brilliant penalty there, probably one of the more informed players for Atalanta. And going into halftime, I was thinking to myself, how will Real now respond now? Because, Vinny wasn't fully fit. Obviously, you could tell he's a bit rusty. We hadn't seen, Jude was kind of not really there. But, what the thing with Real Madrid is that I've started to realize this. This team is just about moments. If there's any team in the world that's about moments, it's Real Madrid. There is no other team that can produce this kind of moments week in, week out. Because this team, they're just capable of doing that. Vinny goal was a fantastic goal there. Bad mistake from Ederson. I thought Ederson, it was such a shame because he had such a good game.
The first half, I think he was very, very good. But that second, I mean, ultimately, if you make that mistake, I mean, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah. Then Jude Bellingham scored a fantastic goal there. Jude Bellingham, fantastic goal there. And and then for Atalanta, Lookman did get a consolation there. 3-2. They did almost get the equalizer there. I don't know if you guys seen the Retegui miss because that Retegui miss was crazy. That was a crazy miss. Yeah,
insane. And although that being said, though, I think in the first half there was like a Rudiger chance, if you remember, where Rudiger actually missed. Like, I don't want to call it an open goal, but I'm going to call it an open header. Like, probably could have, like, that's the. So the thing is, XG, it says XG is probably not Atalanta's favor, and I can see why. I do think the penalties a bit or inflating the XG a bit, but I think that overall it was like a game where like Real Madrid, like they weren't great, but as you said, like it was about moments, and I think ultimately Atalanta just kind of like, for example, like Jim CT4 defending was pretty poor in this game. I cannot.
Oh yeah, Darun was also bad. I think
was also bad. Yeah, I agree. Like Bellanova also was not exactly like the fullback battle I was watching. Frank Garcia got the better of Bellanova like whole game. Like Bellanova was not really like that right side of Atalanta was. I mean, to be honest, when you have Vinicius Jr. on the opposite side, like your side has to be very strong. And unfortunately, that right side of Atalanta just could not handle him well. And that was, I think, ultimately what cost them.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Brahim Diaz. He had a very good game also.
Yeah. Brahim Diaz was amazing. I also want to shout out to Rudiger. I thought Rudiger was fantastic. Yeah. And, you know, and the thing with Real Madrid is that they're a team of superstars. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I believe this is the first time all three of Real Madrid superstars scored.
In the same match, right? Yeah, might be, probably.
Yeah, like, and so now obviously you're my Serie A expert, so you probably know this better than I do. When you look at this Atalanta team, they just don't have the superstars compared to Real Madrid. And like the best for me, the best player for Atalanta is Adam Aluka. He is the best player in my opinion. He is the best player in my opinion. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. The thing with Atalanta is though, they're like Gasparini has been able to create a team that doesn't necessarily need like superstars. They're not a very rich team. They don't spend like a lot of money even in Serie A itself. Like they're not like that. But what Atalanta has is they're a very, very well-run team. They have a very good academy. They have very good scouting. They're a very organized team. What Atalanta, however, lack is they're not that big. Like when you think about Serie A teams, you don't think like Atalanta is like huge. You think like Inter, you think Juventus, you think Milan, you even think Napoli and Roma. You don't really think about Atalanta, but Atalanta, the way they are, like they're a very organized team. And if they had like, but that's the thing though. But sometimes, especially these big Champions League games, what do we always say? It's that ultimately the best players are those that make differences. And unfortunately for Atalanta, it's just it happened to be that Real Madrid, it's Real Madrid. So, of course, Real Madrid are probably going to have much better players than Atalanta. However, the fact that Atalanta still was able to make it this competitive, and they were at home, but still, regardless of that, like, that just shows you that this is not a team that you can just look over and think like, oh, yeah, we're just going to go into this team and just slap them. Like, the problem about Atalanta is, I've always said, is that their biggest issue is that they're a bit streaky. This has always been for me their issue. It's just there are moments when they're like very hot, but when their moments are cold, that's when it gets really rough for them. Like when it's not going their way, that gets very, very tough for them.
Yeah, because the thing to Doodle is that I think for me, Atalanta's attack was very poor in the first half. They didn't really, they weren't really as good in the first half as we saw in the second half. And like I said, for Atalanta, I think, like I said, this is a very coach team, a very good team, and I think they were just unlucky on the day. You
got to consider Scamacca's Torres ACL, like Scalvini Torres ACL. Now, I'm not saying they would have won, but like that's also like Pasalic. I'm going to be honest. Pasalic is probably, I think he needs to be phased out now. He has done a lot for Atalanta, but at this point, it's just time. Yeah, it's time to just phase him out, man. He's just not.
Yeah.
Darun is good, but here's the thing with Darun. I think Martin Darun kind of falls in that category. It's like he's a good player you bring off the bench. As a starter, even in Serie A, like he has, like, don't get me wrong, he's a reliable player, but when you're playing against Real Madrid in a Champions League night, you need a bit more energy, you need a bit more athleticism in the midfield. And unfortunately, and Ederson is a very athletic midfielder, but Darun is not exactly that athletic. So I think that ultimately, that was a problem, especially when you're playing someone like Jude Bellingham, who's just like built like that fast, the technicality that he has. I think overall that the matchup there was just in favor of Real Madrid, and just ultimately cost Atalanta.
Yeah, and also let's talk about Jude real quick. This was Jude's first game, first goal, first Champions League goal, and I believe the last time he scored in the Champions League was it in the group stage? Like I don't think he scored.
It was against Napoli, right? He scored against Napoli. I think it was against Napoli, if I'm not wrong.
Jude has really stepped up his form because I remember this guy was getting a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
A lot of people were criticizing.
Yeah, but I think Jude Bellingham, this is why there's a saying, form is temporary, class is permanent. I think Mbappe kind of applies to Mbappe as well. I do think India, like, especially the last few games, I think I've been seeing like, okay, Mbappe is actually, kind of, turning his form around, although this injury is definitely unfortunate for him. But like, the thing is, like, you see that Real Madrid, what I've always said about Real Madrid is like, and we all say this, like, when this team does get clicking, I mean, they're going to be one of the favorites for Champions League. I think they always are. Like, they're not, obviously this season haven't performed as well, but like when it's Real Madrid on a Champions League night, even on a Champions League, they haven't really performed well this season. But again, like I always say that you can't just, sleep over them, because they can always, turn up like this. And this wasn't a great performance, but again, we always say like they're a team that is able to find the ways even during adversity. They're a team
like
that can handle it. And ultimately that's what you need in these kind of matches.
They're the best moments team. There's no other team that can deliver these kind of moments.
There's no one. Yeah,
there's no other team. And the thing with Jude is that I remember this guy was getting a lot of criticism early in the season, especially El Clasico, before the El Clasico. But dude, after El Clasico, the guy has been spot on. The guy's been money. He's been amazing. He's been probably one of Real Madrid's best players.
He's scoring again. He's creating. He's track back. He's a very good player. For me, he's second best player for Real Madrid. I think Vinicius is their best player, but I think
obviously,
I would say.
And also, I feel like Jude Bellingham. I feel like he's starting to become like the new. I feel like he's starting to. He may be the new. You know how Luka Modric. I feel like he's very similar to Luka Modric in the sense like he does the goal scoring. He can provide.
He's like an X factor. Those are called players X factor. Yeah, I agree. Even last season, especially last season. Remember when it was like early in the season, the way he was scoring for Real Madrid and all that. Like I think he has that in him, and I think ultimately that, he's a very good player. People say he's not a world-class player, just like he is a world-class player.
Yeah, and especially Barca fans call him tap emerged, and just the one.
First of all, that goal wasn't even a tap in. That was a very, very good goal. And second of all, at the end of the day, a tap in and a bicycle kick, it's still one goal. I'm not saying the tap in is a better goal than a bicycle, but I'm saying in the end, it's still a goal. A goal is a goal.
Yeah, for me, that's just nonsense. People are just nonsense, and it's just it's stupidity. And you know what? And actually, I want to hear from you too. Obviously, you're not a Madrid fan. Maybe Pookie can answer this, but I want to hear from you as a neutral here. Do you think Jude Bellingham could be the heir to Luka Modric?
No,
or
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's still like Modric is someone like it's very hard to like find a midfield. Like I don't think Jude Bellingham is exactly that.
I feel like he could be like similar. I feel like he could maybe do
in a way, but I don't think like. But the thing is, I'm gonna say this though. I think Real Madrid are a bit more likely to find a Luka Modric replacement than Toni Kroos replacement. I think Toni Kroos is like one of the kind. I'm not saying Toni Kroos is a better player than Luka Modric. I'm talking about profiles. I think that Toni Kroos replacement is even harder because that kind of midfielder, like, is there really any nowadays? That is actually like very good. I don't think so.
Yeah, there isn't. So, I mean, like I said, for Real Madrid, huge, massive win for them. And for Atalanta, I think they should still be proud of this win.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get top 8. I don't know about top 8, though. I don't know if they're going to get top 8. I don't know if Madrid are going to get it either. But the thing is, this is like, if Atalanta won this game, I would have said, okay, they're probably going to get top 8. Now we got to see. This makes it very interesting now.
Yeah, guys. Stay towards the end because we're actually going to look at the match they said.
Right. But I mean, to be honest, we got to see. But the thing is, I said that previously, if they won this game, then I would have said, you know what? Okay, they're getting it. Now, maybe they can still get it. They can still get it.
Yeah, I think for Real Madrid, this now puts less pressure on them. And I feel like Real Madrid have now put themselves in a position where we can get top 24, because before this game, there was a lot of speculation that, this could be a tricky game for Real Madrid.
But I think this game, they're probably going to kick on now, and they're probably going to get it.
And remember, guys, this was Atalanta's first loss in the Champions League. They hadn't lost prior to this game. Like, they were, very important. So, like I said, let's go look at your guys' few comments. Where are you guys saying? Hey, hi, Heidi. Cherry Cola says, hello. Yo, Atalanta, man, would have won if it won for Courtois like usual. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, it was a close game, and like people need to give Atalanta played well. Come on.
Yeah.
I can't wait for too long. I have an event. Feyenoord Tour's most informed player in Europe. We'll get to them.
We'll get to that.
All right, I'm gonna start some comments that are gonna be really. Charles Kessler ain't that bad, people. Oh yeah, I mean he's decent, but like I don't think he's. I feel like Lukman isn't.
So first of all, Milan overpaid for him. That's one. But again, the thing, this is what Atalanta is about. They can make these players look better than they actually. I still think he's a bit overrated. I don't think he's that good, but Atalanta is able to give. He has that Atalanta juice in him, so he's able to overperform, pretty much. Although I do think at Milan he wasn't being used correctly. I do think at Milan he wasn't being used correctly.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, like Charles Kessler, he is a good player. but I don't think he is that. I don't think he's as good as Lookman.
I
Lookman
think
scored a
I
hat
see.
trick
I rate Lookman more. I'll
in the
say this.
European
I rate
final.
Lookman higher.
Yeah. So now I would say Charles Gensler is probably the second best player. I would probably agree with that. Um, but in terms of the best, I mean, it's Lookman, and for me, he has to win the CAF Player of the Year. For
It's
me,
definitely
personally.
Lookman. Yeah.
Belly goal. Enjoy this game, man. Lookman is so dangerous. Atalanta should put Rui Patricio back in goal despite
No.
Kremeski
They should not do that.
being
They should
underrated.
not. Trust me. I'm gonna say this right. Rui Patricio is washed.
Rui Patricio's lost. Rui Patricio's
He's
lost.
finished,
There's a
bro.
reason why
He
Roma
shouldn't
benched
even
him.
be like.
There's
Put
a
respect
reason
on
why
Carne.
Roma benched him.
Karnaseki's not that bad. Like Karnaseki's not that bad. Like I watched Serie A. Like Karnaseki's not that bad, but Rui Patricio is garbage. Like no, don't even
Yeah,
think that.
that's washed,
Karnaseki's young. He can still grow. Like
yeah.
you can't just sub someone like that. Like no, I disagree with that.
Yeah, dude, he's washed. He's washed. Maybe this was 2016. We could
Yeah, but
consider.
that's 2016.
Here's
But now
2024.
we're in 2024. We're all entering
Yeah,
2025. Like, come on. Like, yeah.
dude, he's not. Yeah. I would like. Lookman would be a good sign, man. Lookman, good sign. I would love to have Lookman on my team. I looked at the penalty accident over and over last night. That was no pen. I thought it was, but got the win, so it doesn't matter. I don't care about pen. Madrid always benefits from pens or free kicks or offsides. Come on, bro. That's not always true. Like, okay, you can say Madrid got lucky, but they didn't get like a controversial decision in their favor.
Yeah.
Like they you
No,
can't.
you could argue maybe this time it was against them, and I do think.
Yeah, like so. Like I don't know, man. I think it's yeah. Ceballos has been good. Yeah. Ceballos has also been pretty good. You agree with HH take that Madrid was lucky? I do agree they were lucky to some extent, but I don't think they were completely.
So I see it as I do think that the Retegui miss was fortunate for them, but on the flip side, again, the penalty. So for me, it goes both ways, really.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Ceballos was bad at Arsenal, like Odegaard. Didn't see ever Atletico. I don't care if we got Madrid. I was Madrid back. Only lucky moment came at the end. Gotta wait for this season if they win trophies.
Yeah.
So let's see. Any other comments? Barca should look at Lookman. Barca can't afford to buy Lookman. Madrid was lucky, nor was anything against. We don't need Lookman. Unless we're a small team for you. Yeah. All right. I do see some comments about Atletico Madrid, and you guys talk about La Liga, but we're gonna keep this Champions League related, so I'm not gonna bring those comments up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, shout out to Real Madrid for getting the win on the road. And as a Barca fan, it was a good game. It was a good game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it as a neutral, even though I didn't like the outcome in the end. Putting my biases to the side, it was a good game. It was a good game. Now I think it's only fair we talk about the other team in Barca, the other team in Spain. Dortmund 2, Barca 3. Let me go first for this one. We got to win. That's all that matters. Was the win pretty? No, it wasn't a pretty win. But a win is a win. And, it was kind of like Real Madrid, for instance, in kind of some ways, because moments basically became the thing. Now, I do think we were the better team for majority of the game. I don't think Dortmund were that great throughout the game because the thing was basically end-to-end game. It was basically about the high lines. Both teams were playing a high line. And you just saw that Barca just had more quality in the attack compared to Dortmund. Because when you look at the Dortmund team, the attack isn't as deadly compared to Barca. Because Barca, you have Yamal, you got Rafinha, you got Dani Olmo, you got Lewandowski. Dortmund, you really have Guirassy. Now, I know Gitsen's been amazing. I know Gitsen's been a great on form. I know he's been one of the more informed players. I know people actually mentioned that for me to put in my video. I could have done that yesterday, a few days ago, which I did my most improved players. But I just feel like the Barca attack is just more quality. And I think for Dortmund, as I said, man, defensively they weren't great. They made a lot of mistakes. We also made a lot of mistakes too. It was a back and forth game. Barca got the win there. And Ferran Torres, man, the guy has been proving a lot of doubters wrong. And I've been one of those guys that that's not a huge Ferran Torres fan. But I have to give him his props. He's delivered recently, and he's been begging the goals. And that's the thing. And maybe he's a super submerged. Maybe that's what he's capable of doing. And maybe we got to keep him as a super sub. Maybe he could be like the Trossard for Arsenal. And yeah, for Dortmund, as I said, man, just really bad defending, especially for the third goal, Brian. Like, you commit so many players forward for the corner, only for Barca to devastate you on the counterattack. Craziness. And by the way, guys, this is the first time Dortmund have lost at home in the Champions League since Manchester City did in April 2021. It's been that many years since they've lost at home in the Champions League. So this is a huge victory for Barca at a very difficult ground because we know Dortmund atmosphere is one of the best in Europe. So, Doodle, man, what's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny that Lewandowski didn't have a good game against Dortmund. That's a first. That's kind of a first because we got used to it. What I'll say though is I'm looking at Dortmund name and first of all Emre Can in 2024. What are we doing here? Especially at center back. What are we doing here? Like, look, and this is typical Dortmund, isn't it? Like, just I'm gonna say though, I'm gonna be honest. The attack of Dortmund, like, it's honestly not that good. Like beyond Garassi, it's like Gittins is a talented player, but I feel like Kunde locked him down. That's all I'll say. It seems like. But overall, it's like it's just not exactly like that threatening of a team. Like Gio Reyna, I mean, it seems like he didn't have a good game. It seems like, which I do think personally he does need to leave Dortmund. And I think overall this Dortmund team, it's obviously not going to repeat what it did last season. Let's be completely honest about that. Like, it's just not going to happen. I don't think their quality is there, and I just think that overall, like, Hummels left, and it seems like their defense also went with him because I don't know if Schlotterbeck alone is good enough defensively, personally. And I mean, Barcelona is for Barcelona. I mean, Rafinha is having a very good season. Ferran Torres, I don't exactly rate him, but it seems like, off the bench, he could deliver if needed. Yamal is obviously having a good season. Dani Olmo, it seems like Dani Olmo, whenever he plays, he makes some kind of an impact in a way. His problems have, I think, always been injuries. That's really his biggest problem, I think. But I mean, I think overall it was a very back and forth game, kind of like the previous match. And I think, Barcelona did enough to get the win, and that's all that really counts.
Yeah, like I said, man, fantastic win for Barca. And for Dortmund, as I said, man, they're just really naive defending there, especially the third goal, as we mentioned. Barca, we also had terrible moments like that second goal we conceded. That was a really bad defense. Oh my jeez, what was the defense doing there? So both teams had their basically both teams kind of like both teams played their high line. Both teams had their bad moments defensively, but ultimately Barca just have better quality. That's what basically came through, So yeah, like I said, for Barca, as I said, man, Yamal is fantastic. Oh my jeez, the guy is crazy at 17 is balling out like this, man.
It's
so
crazy.
For Dortmund, and as you said, dude, I agree with you. Basically, Dortmund didn't really have any attacking threat besides Garassi in this game, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah, because like Gittins is supposed to be good, but like he wasn't that great today. Reyna and Duran, I don't know much about Duran, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about him, so I don't know if he's good or not. Gio Reyna, it seems like he just doesn't really fit Dortmund anymore. And I mean the midfield. Well, I mean midfield battle. I'm looking at the rate. I don't want to just go off of ratings, but it seems like midfield battle, and from what I've seen some clips on, it seems like Dortmund's midfield was not as functional. But again, like Barcelona's defending wasn't exactly that great today either. This is why it was that kind of a game. But in the end, I would say Barcelona did enough and got the win, and away win, especially at like Signal Iduna Park, probably one of the most difficult stadiums to actually get a win at. It's definitely not an easy win. So
Yeah, fantastic, man. Fantastic for Barca. And for Dortmund, as I said, I don't think they should be too disappointed. I know they're ninth right now on the table, which is kind of unfortunate because they were in the top 8 for so long. But I think Dortmund. I have to check their fixtures again, but I don't think Dortmund fixtures.
The thing is, I remember they don't have a really difficult fixtures. I'm pretty sure. I think they have a rather kind schedule. I believe. I might be wrong, but we'll see at the end.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting. So let me see what you guys saying in the comments. Where are we? We do have some star comments to look at. By the way, guys, I did give 10 memberships, by the way, prior to stream. So if you got a membership on the thing, shout out to YouTube for allowing me to give free memberships. So yeah, you guys can see that if you want. Ferran Torres, most informed player in Europe. I think that's a bridge too far. I don't think he's the most informed, but he's probably more informed Barca players. I would agree with that, but not like the most informed in Europe. That's a bridge too far. So yeah, Xbox. I told people he's a baller. He's been doing it since a hat-trick and 6-0 since Germany. Come on. I feel like that's a bit of a.
When was that? First of all, that was like how many years ago? Come on.
Man. Yeah. So, and dude, it's only recently Ferran Torres has been this good. Like before the Mallorca game, I don't think he's been pretty bad before the Mallorca game. Yeah. So it's only recently, but I mean, he's been good. He's been informed, and like that's what we can. I will agree with that. But to say he's amazing, he's like one of the best players in the world.
I do still think though, Barca probably will benefit from selling him if they get a good money, healthy amount in the summer. I do think so. But because I mean, he was a pretty big investment, wasn't he? And yeah, I mean,
So yeah, like I said, man. What's weeks and we got? Let's go back to. So I think we're done with the start messages. Um, where are we? Um, where's the first one? Okay. Um, I want Ferran Torres is Barca's MVP. Look, man, AD would like him at Barca. I watched Barca versus Barca second half. What a game! Ferran Torres a baller. All right, Duranval is good along with Gittins. Where's Adiemi? I think Adiemi's injured, right?
yeah, I think so.
Adiemi's injured. Oh no, what? He wasn't injured? Wow.
Wait, he wasn't injured. Okay, maybe he wasn't fully fit. I don't know. Maybe he just returned from injury.
That better be the case because Sahin, man, you got that is such a.
I'm gonna say though, Sahin. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. Like, from what I've seen from Dortmund, he's coaching, and I'm not convinced. I'm gonna be honest. That would be like I don't know, like wow.
Yeah. Is Jamie Gittins good enough for England? Probably not.
Probably not.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, I want to. Maybe Matt's gonna answer this because he knows the English players better than I do. But I would assume we also say no. No, Brand says they have too much wingers.
Yeah.
Dortmund. Sahin on bold. Hans-Dieter Flick does what he does best for German teams. Oh, by the way, I think I also read Hansi Flick has never. He's always beaten Dortmund. I think I read somewhere.
Yeah, he knows how to beat them, right? Yeah. Like, his first ever game for Bayern Munich as a coach was actually against Dortmund, if I remember correctly, and they won.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I think you're. Yeah, I think.
There's that.
Torres fantastic sub. I don't think Sahin needs humbling Steve. Yeah, I don't think this was really humble. I don't think this was really humbling, man. What a miss by Graz before 2-2 by Lucky Dorman made up for it shortly after. Yeah. It was a bad miss. And do you guys remember there was like that big chance? I forgot to mention this earlier. That offside chance in the first half. That was a very good header. Great header there. It was offside, but man, that was a really good chance for Grossi.
Yeah.
Really good chance. And if he did it, we already did it. Can I join? Unfortunately, we're going to have just one people. And the reason why I don't want to have multiple people is I don't want to make the stream too long. You know, I'll make it like an hour. So if I have like multiple, it makes it very long. But but maybe if there's time after the stream, I can bring you guys on. I'm planning to join HH's stream, so maybe we'll see each other there. But that's also another reason why, because I want to keep this around 1 hour so I could join his stream. You know, an hour to hour 30 minutes. That's the reason why. So, yeah. I believe Barca have Benfica to smash. The running for Barca's attack was really good. Prime Barca says, Pharaoh really show up now, though. What a goat. Okay, I think goat's a bit too far, but okay. All right, so I think that's the big two games that I wanted to. Oh, actually, let's talk about Manchester City Juve. Let's talk about that next.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn,
Manchester City Juve. Wow. So, man. Wow. Juventus, man. They win 2-0. And my man, Weston McKinney delivers, man. Weston McKinney.
What's funny is Vlahovic scoring is kind of hilarious against Man City because this guy's been in such bad form recently. I don't even know. Like, Juve fans are all over him. Like, oh my God. McKinney. But yeah, Juventus, I mean, as a number one Juve hater, I can still say that they deserve to win this game. Man City were just pretty lackluster. I'm going to be honest. Just didn't really get it going. And then, you know, Juve burnt them on 2 counters. And boom, that was a goal. And like Man City, the way they lost the ball was pretty poor. And I mean, that's the thing. But that's what you get with Juve. It's like for counterattacks, it's like they have Conceição and they have Yildiz on 2 wings. So they have a lot of pace and transition. And I don't think Man City dealt with that well. And I think ultimately that's what hurt them. And like Juve showed their clinical edge. And I mean, the thing is, Juve obviously, what they're known for, obviously, is that their attack this season has not been great. But they have the profiles for like, you know, being able to like go at teams this way and just, you know, be able to help out and like finish if needed. And I want to say also, Savona pocketed Doku. That was kind of crazy to see. Savona like really pocketed like Danilo. Like you're like making Danilo look that good in 2024. Like Danilo's washed, man. Like, and it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you look at this Juventus lineup, right? And you look at this Manchester City lineup, and it just seems like Manchester City. I mean, they did not defend well at all. Yildiz was cooking. Yildiz was absolutely like cooking. I think Kyle Walker, is it time to say he's finished? I think he might be washed now. Because the way that Yildiz was cooking was crazy. And I mean, look, I just think that Man City, I think let's be completely honest. There's like it's not even a joke anymore. I just think they're bad now. Like they're just bad now. That's just the reality, I think.
Yeah, and like Manchester City, man, like their midfield defense is so bad, man. Like it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, like Walker, Vardio, Ederson, bro. It's just been shocking, and Rico
Like
Lewis. Like,
letting Manuel Locatelli run rings around your midfield is just sad to see, bro.
and I'm sorry, Locatelli is not highly rated by Juve fans. And he's not really highly
Nobody
rated.
rates him in Serie A that highly. He's just like he had that hype, and then like he's okay. Like he's fine. I feel like he's not that good. Like he's not that good. And I mean, Weston McKennie then came on Timothy. Where you seen this like you were like you see this, but like it's like I don't know. It's just overall, it's like Juventus. Like this season, like they're unbeaten in Serie A still, but they got 9 draws. They're not a team that exactly like is that clinical. They're good defensively, although even for defense, like Bremer tore his ACL and Cabal tore his ACL, so they have some players missing there as well. But they're just like, look, like this was a missed opportunity for Man City because Juve haven't exactly been in that great form recently. Like if there's a good time to play Juve, it's now. And like, yeah, I mean. But Man City just didn't really take advantage of that, and Juve in the end won, and I think it was a deserved win for them. So that's crazy, and I mean, I don't know, like it feels like, and the thing is, like it's kind of like it was a very interesting game to watch in regards to like the fact that Juve were just able to like tactically outplay Man City like that is pretty crazy. And it just feels like this Man City team, I mean, there's a lot of question marks. It's like, how good actually are they? Like, can they even make top 8 now? That's all the questions.
Yeah. And the thing of the City is that it feels like if Haaland doesn't score, who else is going to score for Manchester City?
Yeah.
Like it feels very much like that. And
Bernardo Silva has been pretty poor this season, I think.
Yeah, Bernardo. Like a week, like and I was thinking a lot of people said because I was thinking people are saying that should we do like the most disappointing players 11? Well, I'm gonna give you a spoiler. There's gonna probably be a lot of Manchester City players in that video if I do that video.
I would say so.
Yeah. So yeah, and the thing with Weston McKennie is the guy because the thing is like he's not really a goal scorer like that. At least for Juventus. Now for America,
he does have an eye for a goal though. He does have an eye for a goal.
And but the thing is, whenever he scores, it's usually a good goal. Like it's like kind of like the sayings. Like
even for USA, right? Even for the USA, it's like that, right?
Yeah. Like whenever you because I don't know if you agree with the saying. Whenever you score, I don't score often, but when I score, it's a beautiful goal.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Like
I would say that's how it's with Weston McKennie. But like again, like the way is just like it's just this Juve, as I said, Juve wasn't coming into this game on like stellar form. They drew like last 3 games in Serie A, and like their attack is just. And like, but honestly, like the thing is, this momentum chart, it's a bit misleading because Man City were honestly not that good in this game. Like you were just like played it smartly and just played it efficiently, and in the end, you got the win. That's how it was.
And also, what was really interesting, guys? Juve coming into this game, I think they had lost their last 4 games at home in the Champions League. One was against Benfica. Well, I believe one was against PSG.
Stuttgart this season.
Stuttgart, and I forgot the other one.
No, they did beat PSV at home this season. They did beat.
No, I said PSG. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, PSG and Benfica and
Barca 2021, right?
Oh yeah, Barca might be the Barca. But the point I'm trying to make here is that Juve have not been good at here this quick. So like basically like for Juventus, man, they were smart. They played in the counter attack, and it's just the thing for Manchester City is that are we really saying this team is Rodri FC? Are we really saying this, guys? Because I'm sorry.
The thing is, how long? But the thing is, Rodri tore his ACL when? Like October or November? Like it's been.
I think it was like mid-December.
We're in December now. How long are you going to use that excuse though? Like how long are you going to?
And also, if you're saying if it's really Rodri FC, then this team is not good.
And like the thing is, like I'm a Juve hater, but Bremer is out with your ACL. Bremer's out there. He's Juve's best defender. He's out for the whole season. And you're not scoring against the back line of Pierre Kalulu, Danilo, Nicolo Savona, and Gatti. Like, how are you letting what?
And also Manchester City, look at the amount of injuries Juve have. And you still have you still have more players on the bench. I mean, Juventus only have the bench is not as big.
Literally, look who you had on their bench. Like they have to bring on like who are they gonna bring on? Fagioli. Okay, there's one. Who else are they gonna like? This is their bench. This is US. Like US depth is pretty weak. It's not good. It's not a good depth. Like,
I'm sorry for Manchester. I can't give you any like I can't be sympathetic and say, oh, it's we should give you
I
passes.
mean, the
No, I'm
fact that
sorry.
I'm crediting you in this much, that should tell you enough. Like Man City were just disappointing, really. Like you can't even say anything. Like it was just all like they were just really like you just can't just look at numbers to be like, oh, if you look at numbers, it might be like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe Man City got unlucky. No, I watched the game. You were smarter and you were more organized, and Man City were not. And ultimately, that's what wins football matches.
That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry, Manchester City. Like, if you really tell me this is Rodri FC, then I have to ask question marks about Pep. I have to ask question marks about Manchester City. It ruins the credential for me. It ruins how I look at this Manchester City team, and we have to ask a lot of questions. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're telling me Rodri is that good. Because I'm sorry, with all due respect, Rodri is not as good as like your Iniesta or your Xavi or
The thing is, I
Modric.
know Man City fans are putting Rodri and Busquets conversations. First of all, like, stop with that.
No, stop.
Look, Rodri, okay, no, people say he won the Ballon d'Or. Okay, I'm going to say this right now, right? First of all, personally, I don't think he should have won it. But okay, let's say he did win it. Like, you still, like, Rodri's not, like, yes, I get Rodri's a great player. I understand that. But, like, the thing is, forget about now. Like, when he does return from his ACL, he's not just going to, like, instantly be back and, like, oh, yeah, he's going to take over. Like, you're going to have to integrate him in. And maybe he's not going to be the same. I'm not saying, like, I'm saying, like, you're going to eventually, even when Rodri is back, you're still going to have to think about, like, we can't just rush him in quickly and, like, just expect him to, like, perform at that high level, like, in instant. Like, you got to work him in. So until then, I think Man City need to be looking for a defensive midfielder, potentially an alternative, just in case. And the team, like, Rodri alone should not be the reason why you're this disorganized. There needs to be more reason. And personally, I think recruitment needs to be looked at because let's be absolutely honest. I think Man City's summer was pretty poor. Like, who did they get? They only got like Savinho, right? That's all they got.
Yeah, and Gundogan.
Gundogan. I'm gonna be honest. Gundogan now.
Yeah, Gundogan's washed. He's washed.
He's washed. Like, let's be honest. It's just like, and even last year, like Guardiola's a good signing to be fair, but I just think overall, it's like the recruitment is just. Look, you're looking at some of the players that they have, like Doku. I'm gonna say about Doku this. I feel like he's like a scary player to play against, like in terms of, like if you're a defender, 1v1 defending. But like in terms of like production, is he that? Does he have that extra edge to like be a productive player? I don't think he is. He's just Grealish for me. Grealish is just. I mean, let's be honest. Like that 100 million for Grealish. What are we talking about now? Like I just think, and KDB, like De Bruyne, like De Bruyne is old now. Like you can't just rely on De Bruyne, like to just like he's gonna sustain more injuries. He's getting older. Like he's a great player, but you can't just rely on De Bruyne to bail you out every single game anymore. You can't.
Yeah, and also like the thing is, I don't think Rodri's on the same caliber as your generation of midfielders. I don't think he's on the level of your Busquets. I don't think he's on the level of Patrick Vieira. I don't think he's on the level of Scholes. He's not on the level of those kind of players. He's not. Yeah. And so I'm
he's
sorry.
Not like a tier 1 defensive midfielder. Maybe he's tier 2 of a Ballon d'Or, but I don't think he's tier 1. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, he's definitely not tier 1. He's definitely not. He's not as good as like Busquets.
And people saying he might like be better than Busquets. I'm sorry, just please delete all those comments right now. Like Busquets, like people like either you have not watched Busquets before in your prime, or you are just being delusional because there's no way. Like there's no way.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. It's stupidity at the best. But yeah, like I said, man, like a lot of Manchester City players have to go. Like, I'm sorry, Walker.
I think we haven't mentioned, but Phil Foden, he's on fraud watch. I think he's number one for me. He's on fraud watch. He didn't even play this game, but like, you will not forget about him. And Holland, the thing with Holland is, Holland, I think he's like,
you can't really blame him.
Outperformed by Dusan Vlahovic in like, no, Moro, come on.
The thing is, like, I can't really, because the thing is, he didn't get much service. That's the thing.
That's
like,
true. He didn't, but again, that's what I'm saying. De Bruyne is getting older. You can't just rely on De Bruyne to like be vintage KDB where he's like able to find those passes or scores. Like he's getting older. He's gonna get more injuries. You have to think about ultimately moving on. I think Manchester City's biggest problem is a lot of these players that have brought them a lot of success in the past. I think they need to like. I don't know if they have like a transition path to the future. I'm gonna be.
Dude, do you remember when Liverpool were like really bad? I think it was a few years ago when they finished fifth in Premier League.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle got Champions League. This team looks very much like that team. Their
I
midfield
agree.
was finished. Fabinho was washed. Fabinho had to go. Henderson had to go.
But then they had that big summer. And to be fair, later on in the season, they did collapse a bit. And to be fair, they had like later on the season, they did collapse. Like they lost to Atlanta 3-0 at Anfield at home and all that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, but they still made the Champions League, and club still set that team. Like Gravenberch came, Gravenberch came, like Szoboszlai, like that team was still like base built for now what we see in Liverpool now under Arne Slot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Manchester need to sell a lot of the players. Like Gundogan has to leave. I think
Walker needs to go. I think you can even argue maybe Bernardo Silva needs to go. Maybe like you can even argue that.
I'm not really so sure about that. Maybe
maybe not Bernardo Silva, but maybe not. I'll say this though. Kyle Walker, I think, needs to go.
Yeah, Kyle Walker needs to
go.
I'm
gonna say this: Rico Lewis. He's a young player, but he's not Yamal. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. Like, he's not.
Yeah, and maybe KDB. Maybe they need to sell KDB. And they have
his contract is ending this summer, I think. KDB. So this January, they gotta make a decision. They need to.
Basically, City have to rebuild. They have to rebuild. They have to go with what Liverpool did a few years ago when they completely restructured the midfield. They brought in Szoboszlai.
I agree. They need to and look. Maybe next season they do that, and maybe they're back to like greatness again. Like I'm not saying that, especially with Pep staying. Like you can I still think Pep is one of, if not the greatest managers ever. It's not like he just forgot how to coach. However, I do think that right now it seems like he isn't exactly sure what to do with this team because the team is just not performing well. And I don't know if he's really able to get the best out of them right now because it seems like everyone's being inconsistent. Even the players that have been good this season, like Vardiol, for example, or Ruben Diaz or Holland, even their forms can just alter a lot. And I think Ruben Diaz today was pretty poor. I think that the defending for Vlahovic goal, I think Diaz could have done better, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, let's look at guys' comments. Where are we? Man City's still so bad. I saw Juventus win with 2 goals too. Look until they should have won man in the match. KDB Holland looked so below average. I'm loving it. Walker so bad. Didn't look washed. Man City relegation will be there. Even as not replacing Walsh Chesney and having this unknown keeper.
Okay, then Di Gregorio is a good keeper. Come on.
No, come on, stop it, man. Come on, stop it.
People just don't watch Serie A enough. No, Di Gregorio.
You need to watch the. Yeah, Steve, you might. People need to. You need to watch more Serie A because the guy was amazing at Monza.
Yeah, this guy was great. No, he's not some unknown keeper. He's a good keeper.
Yeah, come on. Then they made them change the winger 3 times until won every battle he cooked. Prime Barcelona won. They're just bad at the moment. Danilo beating his former club. Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
The American Saw Oil Club to attack.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's this ranking.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they will still come top 4. They're not gonna win the league. I'll say that they're not gonna win the league probably, but they're not gonna drop top 4. That's too
come on. That is reactionary. That is reactionary, bro.
It's still Pep's team. It's still Pep's Man City. Come on, relax.
I dare Manchester City. I dare Manchester City to not get top 4.
That would be embarrassing.
Doka not doing enough. Doka really tried though. A Winster guy says yes, I agree. Say honestly, it's the obvious absence of Roger. You can't have the likes of Gundogan and Lewis monitoring the midfield without a DM. Now that Kovac is back, maybe it's going to be back to normal. I don't think Kovac is.
But again, I don't think Rodri. It shouldn't be that reliant on Rodri. It shouldn't be Rodri FC. It's Manchester City. It's not Rodri FC. So that's the whole problem. They do need another defensive midfielder, in my opinion. I don't think Kovacic is like that. He's not like a DM. He's more of an 8. I don't think he's really a defensive midfielder. I think they need another defensive midfielder, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bernardo's awful. I don't know him well at Pookie, but definitely not better than Gianluigi Buffon.
Okay, who's better than Gianluigi Buffon? Is one of the greatest keepers ever. That's not a fair comparison at all. Come on.
Yeah, Steve, man. You need, some of your takes, man, have been kind of a bit interesting. Roger, big miss, but one win in to 10 is too much.
Too much. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Douglas now fit too. Yeah. Steve, of course, not
better. Douglas Luiz hasn't exactly been good for Juve at all this season. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. So there's that. Man City have always had great depth over the years. They're lucky backups this season. Yep. Man City looking like a pre-Manchester City before. Okay. I don't know if I can say that word out loud, but okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, they're basically bad now. Like this is like this is like the worst I've seen of Manchester City since like
I agree.
like
Since like I have to go back to like Pellegrini days when he was coaching of 2015 Manchester. Like no,
actually,
even during that time, you remember they won the league I think in 2014.
Wait, is this worse than 2020? Is this worse than 2020? Remember that was the season where they I think Liverpool finished like 20 points above them.
Yeah, but the thing is though that season. No, I don't think so. I still like they won the Bernabeu that season. Although Madrid wasn't exactly that great that season, but they won the league to be fair. But
yeah, actually,
I don't think they're worse than. I think that team was still like. I still think that team was like overall. I think that team was still probably a bit better than because the thing is they finished below Liverpool. They actually scored more goals than Liverpool that season. They actually hit like over 100 goals in Prem. So I don't know. I still think that team was probably better than this, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I think that team is better at least because at least they could score goals. Sure, they were garbage defensively, but at least
they were garbage defensively. That was the problem. But like scoring goals, yeah.
Yeah. So who's the biggest fraud? Manchester City, LSG. We'll talk about LSG, man. We'll talk about
LSG soon.
Rodri having injury crisis like Liverpool last couple of seasons. I think new goalkeeper needed. Don't remember though. Man City.
I think they're about Ederson. Maybe. But I still think this defense is garbage. Like that's.
I don't think that's the biggest issue. I think there's bigger issues than Ederson. Yeah. But maybe you have to consider. I
don't think Ederson is that like wow. Like I don't think he's like an Alisson or a Courtois in my opinion. Like he's not that kind of a keeper. But yeah, I don't think he's the biggest issue.
Roger was injured by Partey in Arsenal game. LSG better than City at the moment. You agree with Michael that Kyle Walker is no longer Prem, though? We should go to Saudi or Chinese league.
Probably. He's no longer Prem. I don't think so.
Yeah. Go to MLS, man. Rock with Inter Miami or Charlotte. Actually, go to Charlotte. We need some defenders. We just got what's it called? Tim Ream. So Tim Ream will Kyle Walker. Actually perfect. Kyle Walker, go to Charlotte. You could be with Tim Ream.
Yeah.
Go to MLS or Saudi, rather Brandon. Roger can still get better, to be honest. Roger can still get better, to be honest.
I don't know.
Yeah, he can.
Maybe he can, but it's going to be harder now. And I think, how old is Rodri? Let me go check. How old even is Rodri? He's 20. He's in his prime, though. He is in his prime now. Maybe he can still. Maybe he can. It depends on his longevity. I think it depends a lot on his longevity.
I still don't think he can. I don't think he's on the. I don't think he can ever surpass those.
No, he can't. And especially after like this injury, I doubt it.
Nah. Now he can maybe be the best in the what is it called? Maybe maybe for Manchester City legacy he can improve.
Although Yaya Toure was a very good player though.
Yeah, Yaya Toure. Actually, is Rodri better than Yaya Toure all the time?
Because Yaya Toure wasn't like a pure DM. Yaya Toure was like prime Yaya Toure was a machine, bro. Like, that guy was crooked.
That guy is a beast. Oh man, I wish I didn't get to see him much, but I know a lot about him.
Man, I heard a lot about him. He was a long timer, man. That guy was like insane.
Yeah, if the injury does change him, Katie will rock it into Miami City. Got to rebuild. Yeah, I feel like this is stubborn. Bernardo's done good. I don't know why not you cook like him, like Fernandes low. Yeah, Bernardo. You can actually argue Bruno Fernandes is better than Bernardo Silva this season, which is actually crazy.
I don't think as a player though. As a player, no. I think.
Yeah.
This season, probably, Bro. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Bruno fan, though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big Bruno fan.
I don't know. Anyways, for me, the cooked one's Foden. Yeah, Foden has been bad.
Yeah, Foden.
Hopefully, Rodri leaves Manchester City. Hopefully, more. I mean, bro. For me, the cooked one is all Manchester City players. How good reasons? You got to really idea on DM is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I do consider DM as probably the most important position in football. I do consider that, like, probably. And besides goalkeeper, I think goalkeeper might be like closest.
Yeah. Kovac is not as good as a pivot. He doesn't have long range passing as Rodri and isn't as good as Sturm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Barca would never low. Anyways, let's see how City does against United on Sunday. Oh yeah, that's the Manchester derby.
Battle of mid. Battle of mid.
Yeah. I said Barca never, but was the coach back then? Pep. Alvarez's absence as second striker really affected them. Oh, that's also true. Them selling Alvarez.
Yeah, because they don't have anyone like as a good backup, right? To Haaland. That's another thing.
But to be fair, I don't think selling Alvarez was a mistake. They didn't replace Alvarez.
But the thing is, Alvarez went for like what, 65 million, I think. You take that for Alvarez. You got 100% take that for Alvarez. But you gotta get something like
because the thing is, Alvarez was too good to leave on the bench. Like he needed to be starting. We've seen how good he's been for Atletico.
Yeah, and the fee that they got for him, I mean, you accept that any day of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I think what they didn't
They should have
replace.
replaced him, but they didn't replace
They
him.
didn't
That was the
replace him.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't replace him. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Rodri probably reached his prime already. I don't know if you could prove after like 28, 29. Rodri's not better than Yair as well. Yeah, I would probably agree.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Although, yeah, you can't still. I thought he was like 24. Not gonna lie, though. Sorry, cover both sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Man City.
Which team? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was better, more effective Manchester City.
Yeah, I agree.
You would trip on that.
Yeah, definitely Manchester City.
Portugal, Bruno's better. Kovac is back. He should be 8. I was gonna say he was better. All right, now we're gonna talk about the last big game, and then we're gonna get to the Celtic games.
All right, yeah.
I'll let you lead this one.
So I mean, look, we were a bit too. I'll say this now. I don't want to make this a conspiracy or anything, but I do think that Leverkusen's goal was a bit sus because there was offside right before the corner that they scored from. But the thing is, I can't say we deserve to get points because the thing is, our game against Lazio is on Monday, so I don't know why we rotated this game. Honestly, we didn't really need to. Like this in Champions League, we haven't exactly been like that good. It's just our defense has been able to, but like our attack has been disappointing, and this game especially. Like it's just like Leverkusen. I don't want to say they quote unquote dominated, but they had better chances, and I mean ultimately in the end we just slipped up. But like, look, I just think that what I'll say is there's a lot of like. I want to say this though. Can you click on the lineup? I want to point out some of the players. So I'm gonna say this first of all. Davide Fratesi, yeah, this guy, yeah. I'm gonna say this right now. He's the Italian Scott McTominay, yeah. This guy, all he does is tap in goals. That's literally all this guy can do. Creativity, defensive organization, like defense, like interceptions, playmaking, dribbling. This guy is a 0 on every single. This guy's a striker trying to play midfielder. I'm convinced by this. Like this guy is better off the bench. He should not be starting a single big match for Inter. I'm sorry, like he should not be. Carlos Augusto, I rate him, but he didn't play well. Zielinski again was pretty tired. Was pretty bad in this game, honestly. Taremi, I'm beginning to look at you, bro. I'm beginning to now monitor you because this guy only has 1 goal this season, and there's a penalty in the Champions League against Red Star Belgrade. Like, you know, I think he's a good player, but he hasn't really been like living up to it, the hype. And look, as for Leverkusen, I mean, the thing of Leverkusen was it's just we played way too timid this game, and we shouldn't have rotated this much. Like you have Lazio on Monday, like just go with the strongest team here, try to get a point. Like at least like. And we nearly did, to be fair to this team, but we offered nothing going forward. So, and it's been a theme like this whole Champions League. It's like eventually we're going to get punished playing like this. And I think Inzaghi needs to get this team like, if we are to try to go far in Champions League, our attack needs to be much, much better because this is not good enough. This is pretty poor. But I'm not overreacting because I do think we should still get top 8. I think we're gonna look at fixtures, but I do think we should still. But this was definitely a loss. It was like, you know, it left a bit of a sour taste in mouth because it was like we could have got point out of this and just conceding like that. I mean, just playing over like that was a bit, you know, just unnecessary. That's how I feel. Like it was just unnecessary.
Yeah, it's a shame because I do think Leverkusen were the better team. I do think they deserve to win. Inter, like I said, they were very kind of defensive. It felt like they were it almost felt like they were playing for a draw.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, a lot of the players didn't start like your main guys, you know, DeMarco, Barella,
But that's the thing. We didn't need to rest them. We played Lazio on Monday. There's a 6-day gap between these game and the Lazio game. Like you can play your starters here. Like
yeah, bro, like now, like let's say it was Friday, just for argument's sake. Then I can maybe understand. But bro, Monday? And you're also at home too, right? Or is it away?
No, it's away. But still. But it's on Monday though.
Yeah, but still, like
I don't know. But look, the thing is, but even with this rotated lineup, it's just like the thing is, I do think that overall, Inter the season Champions League have been like this more so because we've been rotating a lot in Champions League this season. So like, but the thing is, we've been sometimes getting a bit lucky. I'm going to be honest. Bisek actually after the game stated that, you know, yeah, we can play like this, but like eventually we're gonna get punished, and we got punished today. That's what Bisek said after the game, and he's right. Like, it's just the overall game was just like, you know, you gotta show threat going forward. That's been the problem of Inter Champions League so far this season. But again, as I said, like not rotating much. Like, I think I'm sorry, but Taremi, I'm gonna be honest, like Taremi is just not exactly delivering right now, man. Like he's just not delivering right now, and that's what we brought him for. We brought him here to be that guy, you know, someone we can rely off the bench or like when he starts, like someone that can like do something. But I'm just like he's a hard worker. I can like his work rate is very good. I can never like I always see him tracking back. I always see him do things like I can never take it away from him. But if there's big expectations, we signed you. The best I can talk about your thing is work rate. I mean, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, come on, man. Like, but yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna get pissed about this game. Like, I'm not gonna like rage. I didn't really like rage or anything. It was just a bit of annoying. Let's just say it's just annoying because like you can get a point in this game. So yeah.
Yeah. The thing for Inter is that by the way, this was the first goal Inter conceded in the Champions League this season.
Yeah.
First goal. And it came from a last-minute Leverkusen. Now, I've heard people say, is the Leverkusen juju back, or is this a one-off game?
Because I don't know, but as I said, there was potentially an offside right before the corner, so
yeah,
it was a bit forward. But again, we should have probably defended it better. But the thing is, like, I don't know, like, I just don't know. But I feel like Inzaghi's taking a bit way too light in Champions League right now, way too cautious. It's like. You're rotating a bit this much and you just play like this. I mean, I don't know. Now, the thing is, maybe I don't know if this is copium, but maybe he's saving the players for the knockout stage. And maybe he's just trying to have us lead in the Serie A because we are in a race right now.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, Mukiele, he scored his first goal, by the way, for Inter. Sorry, for Leverkusen, sorry. Yeah, and for Inter, it's sad. I don't think they should. Obviously, they're going to be frustrated with this, but I don't think it's going to hurt Inter too much because I think Inter is still a top team. They're still one of the best teams in the Champions League.
Yeah, but there is something to keep in mind, though. Maybe we've been getting a bit too comfortable, let's just say, with this.
Yeah. So let's read some of you guys' comments. Where are we? Honestly, my midfield three and all-time level would be De Bruyne or Toure now. So, that's a pretty good front midfield for Manchester City all time. Okay, I'm not a fan of Inter's game. Always playing the bus against big teams. Never.
Okay, that's just no. That's not part. Look, I'm gonna tell this right now.
It's not part of the bus.
When people see the back three, right? Whenever people watch Inter and they see back three and like, oh, this team's just defensive. It's in Italian. No, the thing is, we're not. The issue with us, I always say, is that when DiMarco is not playing, especially when Barella's not playing, when Lautaro's not playing, when Thuram's not like these, and especially like these, we don't move the ball as quickly. We're just way too stagnant. We're way too slow when those players are not playing. And then, especially against a team like Leverkusen, which relies a lot on pace. You know, you got Grimaldo on one side, you got Frimpong on the other side, especially that kind of a team. I mean, you know, it's not, we don't park the bus. Again, like, we don't park the bus. We just play it smart. But like, sometimes we were just way too cautious. And this whole Champions League. And I think we definitely need to step it up.
Yeah, it's more like counter-attacking, guys. And their defense is really good. Their defense is really good. Okay. Termi had a poor season last season. Yeah. There was no need to sign for Termi. No, I think I understand the point of signing Termi.
I disagree. We should, getting Termi, the idea of Termi was good. Because last season, we had Arnautovic. I'd rather not speak. So, like, but he hasn't performed well, Teremi. I'm going to be completely honest. Again, I rate him, but if he doesn't perform well, I mean, he has to perform better. Like, he just has to perform better.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already done so, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And yeah, a defense is part of football. Porto still lost out for not getting more money for Teremi 2 seasons ago. I agree with you, Prime Barca. Evan Nelson became the main striker ahead of Teremi in the second half of the last season. Martinez falling off. Yeah, Martinez.
He's been pretty poor this season, but I don't think this game shouldn't be like he didn't even did he even play? I forgot. Like he didn't even.
No, he didn't play though.
He did come like he came on like 66 minutes. Like
look, 66. Sorry.
He's not been great this season. I'll say that. I can, and we're just waiting for him. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Clutch ending, maybe. But I still feel like Inter are one of the Champions League favorites. Oh, yeah, they're one of the Champions League favorites.
Oh, yeah.
After Ballon Martinez fell off, someone like Joselu Teremi. We did take Joselu right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so Teremi.
Well, he's not a starter. That's why he brought him. He's not even a starter.
Yeah. He's a squad player. Inzaghi cares more about Serie than the Champions League. Yeah, I think that's true.
I think for early stages, yeah. I don't think he's going to do this rotation during knockout stage. So I'll say he's not going to.
He better not. He better not. Let's put it this way. Yes, he should. Like starting is just something now for Termi. I'll say 10 years ago, Hakan was an attacking midfielder playing in Germany. Yeah,
for Leverkusen, funnily enough.
Yeah. And Zagreb mindset might be as well as we get top 8 maybe. And it was a nice game for
Yeah,
Leverkusen. They
probably.
continue doing great. Is there arguments for Arnautovic ahead of Sturm in the pecking
There
order?
is no argument. Arnautovic is garbage. No, like there's no argument. He's awful.
Yeah, Grimaldo ain't that fast though. What do you mean?
Grimaldo's pretty quick.
Yeah, he's fast. People that say Inter are boring don't watch Inter. Yeah, Turin might be rusty. There are players that would become rusty if they don't start. Inter also isn't doing bad, but the one who's doing bad is Taremi. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm talking about ever since the Ballon d'Or. Wait, who are Inter facing next?
Sparta Prague, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Let me just double check real quick.
I think we play Sparta Prague next, and I think we play Monaco last, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Let me just check. When is the Sparta
I think
Prague?
we should be fine.
Yeah. It's the next thing. It's the next one. It's away.
Well, I think we should be okay. It's Sparta Prague.
Yeah.
And Monaco at home, I think we should be fine. I would say. I mean, if we won this game or drawn, would have been better. But I think it should be okay, right? I think it should be all right. But yeah, we were in
all right. Now we're gonna go through the other games. Yeah, now we're gonna go through the other games. We're not gonna go to the other games in chronological order. We'll make these very quick. Dinamo Zagreb 0, Celtic 0. There's not really much to say. Basically, both teams were. There wasn't really any goal threatening. There wasn't really any goal scoring chances. To be honest with you, it was basically about the midfields. Not really much to say here. I will say though, I think Celtic may have been the slightly better team. As shown here, they had the one shot that was a great shot there. Dinamo Zagreb had that few opportunities, but yeah.
But again, that wasn't really right overall, just not.
Yeah, not really much to say. So both teams get a point there, and I think for Celtic, it's a great point for them as they're trying to make the knockout stage, knockout playoffs.
I'll say though, I read this is actually the longest unbeaten run Celtic have had in Champions League, 4 games in a row. So
yeah, that's
to be fair, it's only 1 win, but
the draws.
It's still something. So
yeah, and as Celtic are 21st right now. And Dinamo Zagreb 24th, so it's interesting. All right, then we've got Girona 0, Liverpool 1. Man, I feel bad. I feel bad for Girona.
I actually think Girona were good this game. I'm going to be honest.
The thing with Girona, guys, is just that they play well for like 20. They play well, but they just aren't clinical. And
I think it's time to say something about Girona. It's just they're in Champions League a season late. Let's be honest. Late, yeah.
Yeah. And I think for Liverpool, they weren't at their best. I don't think Liverpool were that great, but they got the win, and that's the important thing. Salah scoring the penalty there, which it was a bit of a controversial pen. It wasn't a clear, obvious pen. And yes,
the thing is, I think this was actually one of Liverpool's weaker performances this season because I think Girona could have won this game. Alisson made some very good saves. Like Girona are just, I want to say that this Asprilla guy, he looks like a baller. You probably know more about him, but like this Asprilla guy for Girona looks like a baller.
Yeah, Asprilla was really good. He was fantastic. And yeah, I just think for Girona, as I said, man, just unfortunate for them. And I think for Liverpool, as I said, they got the win. And for Girona, as I said, man, I think they're just a Champions League season a bit too late. Maybe if they were here last season, it could have been different, but they saw a lot of their best players, obviously the likes of what is it called?
Savinho's gone.
Yeah, Savio. So, yeah, Girona just struggling, man. And Liverpool, man, fantastic win for them at the Champions League on the road. So, yeah, what's up with first-timer teams who make it to the Champions for the first time? Then they struggle in the league. Junior Billet almost.
Well, that's because Champions League means extra games, meaning extra harder games. You got to use your squad, and that tests you out, and that makes you tired. So there's.
And also, I think another thing is that teams lose their players over the summer. Naturally, when the team does really well, they lose a lot of their players.
Girona's probably one, and we're gonna get to another one.
Yeah, Girona good domestically, but bad against.
Girona haven't been good domestically this season either, or have they?
Yeah, they've been good. They're still in the top 10. They're still battling for European football.
True.
But yeah, they haven't been great in the Champions League. Asprilla plays more like Brian Diaz. Yeah, Asprilla is really talented, man. The guy's a baller. You know what's crazy, guys? He came from Watford. He came from the Championship. His balling out is crazy in La Liga, bro. Wow. Yeah, and Alisson made a lot of good saves on the day. Alisson back from injury in his first game and already having to make a lot of big saves. He probably didn't expect that.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. All right. We talk about Atalanta. We talk about Leverkusen. Now we're gonna talk about Sturm.
Oh man,
What?
Brest. Wow. Yeah.
Dang. I don't know how they keep doing this, man. I don't know how they're this good.
Can they make round of 16?
Can they
Damn,
even
I
get
don't
top
know.
eight?
They won't get top 8. No, I don't think so. But
Well, Stad Brest, man, they're looking great. And because you know what the thing with the Stad Brest team is that they're very good. They're defensively really good, and they hit you on the attack. They hit you on the counter attack.
I also
Defense
think
is
they
so
play with
solid.
like passion. They play with passion. They're like, especially at home, it's like, they know what, like, they're
Yeah.
not afraid. We'll say
And
like,
this is even like their true home stadium. They're using
yeah,
this
yeah,
now looks
yeah,
like a
yeah.
true
Not
home
even
stadium.
that. Imagine if it was their home stadium. I think it would have done even better, arguably, if it was like truly at their home. But like, damn, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolute insanity to see how good they've been. Um, like I didn't expect this from them. And for PSV, man, they were very, very wasteful in the final third. They missed a lot of chances, especially in that first half. And
Yeah.
Buzzo had to make a
Luke
lot
De
of saves.
Jong, my guy.
Broke
Yeah.
the So, and yeah, for PSV, man, they just weren't clinical, and Stade Brest were clinical with the goal there. And yeah, man, like I said, man, it was a game. PS Stade Brest hold on for a massive win, and this is a vital win for them. And maybe they can't get top eight because I know you're doubting them, but I looked at their fixtures. They got to play Shakhtar and Real Madrid.
Well, Real
So
Madrid. Yeah.
yeah, I think they could beat Shakhtar. I think
Well,
Shakhtar.
maybe. Is it at home? If they're playing at home, then yeah, they're winning because Shakthar away. Shakthar away are
It's
garbage.
it is away.
Oh, but technically, it's not
Neutral,
really away.
neutral.
Yeah,
Yeah, neutral venue, neutral venue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
So I think they
I'll
maybe
cheer
could.
for Shakhtar because they're a Ukrainian team and I'm Ukrainian, but I don't mind if Brest win. I actually like Brest. They're an interesting team. Yeah.
And this is also crazy, guys. This is the first time they're in the European competition, and they're
Forget about
doing
like
amazing.
champion conference like Europa. It's like first time ever in the European competition. I think even if
Got
they don't make round of 16, I still think you gotta applaud them because they've done.
oh yeah. Even like a knockaround playoffs is an incredible achievement, and also was also very interesting, guys. That this is the first. This is also, what's it called? Stade Brest, because a lot of people thought they were going to get relegated Ligue 1. In fact, I actually looked back at my Ligue 1 prediction. I thought these guys would go down. These guys were like favorites to get relegated, at least in the relegation battle. And the fact that they managed to basically do a complete opposite, kind of like Stuttgart, qualify for the Champions League is
Yeah.
incredible. Shout out to Stade Brest. I hope they make the knockaround playoffs because French teams over the last couple of years have been underwhelmed.
Historically, there's always been like French teams. There's been less French champions. There have been less in Europe. There have been like less Turkish. Do you know how crazy that is?
Yeah, that's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. So,
I'm looking at you, PSG, by the way.
all right. Let's read some of your guys' comments. All right. So, oh shoot, my mom's calling me. Give me a few minutes. Actually, how about you look at the next game for me so we don't waste time?
All right. So for this game, which was Club Brugge against Sporting, I'll be honest, viewers, I haven't exactly like watched the game, so I don't even know like really how this went. But it seems like I'll say this though, it seems like Ruben Amorim's departure, it seems to be affecting Sporting a lot, and I think that Sporting as a whole are just, I don't know, like Matt, you probably know a bit better because you watch the Portuguese league more than me, so you probably know. But like, I feel like Sporting, I think they're probably declining, right? Like they're probably like ever since Amorim left, it seems like sudden managerial change. I think they're just kind of declining. It just seems like they're not like I don't think Sporting are like that great anymore. And it just seems like it's a shame, to be honest. It's kind of a shame. Like it feels like if Amorim stayed, I feel like if he stayed, maybe I'll actually think Sporting could have been a dark horse if Amorim stayed. But now that he's left, it just seems like the team just kind of lost that fight. It just seems like they lost that energy, the positivity, the organization that they had. And it also seems like Gyökeres might want to leave now that it seems that after Amorim left, it seems like the team is just it's kind of like it seems like Gyökeres himself is not exactly like it just seems like a mess. It just seems like they're just not I think that feeling of unity, and I think that overall like organization, like not just tactics, but like everything just seems like it's kind of gone ever since Amorim left. And I think that Sporting, I think they might be entering a rebuild with a new like, because I don't even know if they got like a permanent manager yet. Like it seems like the club, the team itself is just. It just feels like the last game they lost against Arsenal like 5-1 at home. And now they lost against Club Brugge. So, like, I think that's Sporting. I think this might be Sporting's, downfall this season. Ever since Amram left.
Yeah, Sporting, man, this has been bad, man. And shout out to Club Brugge, man. I feel like they've been very underrated, this team. This team, because, I think on the day, like, when they beat Sporting, like, you saw how much passion the fans had, how much support. And Club Brugge, man, I think they've been good this season. They've been good.
Yeah.
And, I know Belgian teams have not been great in Europe, Champions League in particular, last few seasons. And the fact that they've been doing this well has been incredible. So shout out to Club Brugge for the win there. Sporting just didn't look that great. And Nielsen, man, coming off the bench, scoring that winner.
Yeah.
For them, Vatican as well. What a player. And I really, this Club Brugge team is a very special team, man. And they have a very big game of the weekend, guys. They're playing against Genk. I think the top of the league clash. Genk is like 4 points ahead of them. So big match for them and for Sporting, man.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I think Sporting, I think Gyökeres wants to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sporting, man, as I said, the defensively, they look so bad. Defensively, after I'm
they conceded 5 to Arsenal at home last game.
Yeah. And also, I think with Sporting is that I think they may. I don't know if they're going to win the Portuguese league this season.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, because the thing is, if Amorim had stayed, they would probably be in a great position to win the league and potentially in a better position in the Champions League. Now it feels like the season is ruined because Amorim leaving.
And I feel like, and the thing is, Amorim Amorim started United hasn't exactly. To be fair, it's early days, but was it really worth it? I don't know. I feel like in the end, what I'm trying to say is maybe it's early days, but I feel like the way it's going right now, it might have not been worth it for Amorim himself, and I don't think it was worth it for Sporting. It just seems like that way.
Man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so let's read some of you guys' comments. Flashback to the Dortmund game. Dortmund watched on the start, though. He had more dribbling skills on the wings, but Milan brought more experience when he came on the pitch. Some people try to say that Amorim was lucky with the players he had, but look what happened after he left.
Yeah. And I think he had those players because Ruben Amorim is coaching them. I think that's why those players went there, in my opinion. That's why.
Yeah, sorry I had to go downstairs, guys. I had to do something real quick, but now I'm back. So let's move to the next game. Where are we? So we're an hour and 12. Yeah, this might be a 2-hour stream, guys.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh.
Wow, this was a crazy game. Leipzig 2, Aston Villa 3. What a game this was. Aston Villa taking the lead there. McGinn scoring a goal there. I don't know what the Leipzig defense was doing. Leipzig defensively were shambles. Terrible there. And then they got the equalizer. Openda with a great goal there. And this is crazy, guys. This is Openda's first goal for Leipzig. First goal in the Champions League after scoring against Manchester City last season.
Yeah,
it's really sad. Then Johan scored a goal there. Obviously coming off the bench.
Of course.
Of course. And then Johan even scored again. But it got disallowed. And then obviously Bogmancher got the equalizer there.
But then Barkley.
Ross Barkley.
My guy's still going strong to this day.
Comes off the bench. And I forgot to mention, man, Emi Martinez made a mistake, I think, for the first goal. And I think Hendricks, I forgot which goal he made a mistake for. Do you remember? I think it was the third. Was it the third goal?
I think so.
Yeah, third goal. So this was a crazy back and forth game, end to end. With this, guys, Leipzig are officially eliminated in the Champions League.
Honestly, I would say this disappointing, right? Pretty disappointing.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Yeah.
But I look at this Leipzig team, and I feel like they shouldn't be this bad. But in Champions League this season, they've been
obviously
0 points still. 0 points. Aston Villa. I mean, they got their away win.
Fixtures have been hard for them.
Aston Villa got their away win.
The fixtures have been hard for them. Yeah, and obviously, I know the fixtures have been hard. I know they're going through an injury crisis, but still, this is really bad, man. 0 points after 6 games, really, really bad. And for Aston Villa, man, fantastic for them, amazing for them. On their return back to the Champions League, and man, Aston Villa, man, Unai Emery's cooking something, man. Unai Emery's cooking something. And man, this Aston Villa team. The only issue I have with this Villa team is defensively. They're way too open. They're way too open to the back. That's my other criticism. But other than that, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
Would you agree with
And
me
I
on that,
think,
Doodle?
yeah, and Aston Villa could make the round of 16 as they march on.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed, indeed. All right. So let's see. What's the next game we got here? So hour and 10. All right. I'm putting timestamps, by the way, for each game. So yeah. All right. Let's read some guys' comments. Amarin leaving was too early. I was thinking of it when he left. How many games are more to go? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my Jesus. We just did
We're
like
going
half.
to try to breeze through them, though. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But these games we're not gonna go through in detail. Like the 4 games we did at the beginning, like there was like 3 games. So yeah. Amarin leaving was too early. I was thinking of it when he left. I have a message for Doodle at the end. Leipzig are done. Players he had, but look at what happened after he left. There's another Emi Martinez playing the Europa League for Michelin.
Really?
Wow. Marco Royce's play style. Dortmund board wasn't a fan of it. That's why he sacked him. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mass Channel says tomorrow. All right. Next we got here, it is Salzburg.
Salzburg are so garbage. How are these guys going to the World Cup? Like, they're so bad, man. PSG haven't even been that good in Champions League. Like, what?
Yeah, and Salzburg basically offered nothing. They only had only 1 shot on target in this game.
And 3 shots in total. Oh my god.
And PSG absolutely dominated them. Fantastic for them. Gonzalo Ramos scoring, Mendes scoring, Doué scoring, and Hakimi had a great game. But guys, don't read too much into this because I'm sorry. PSG have not been good this season in the Champions League. It's just that Salzburg are really garbage. This is a really bad Salzburg team. So let's not get too reactionary. But credit to PSG.
This team is awful. I'm looking at the team. It's so bad, man. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah. But credit to PSG. They got to win, and they needed this win. Because had they not won this game, it would have been big trouble. Big trouble. Because we're going to look at the league table in a bit. It is a bit dicey. So, thankfully for them, they won. But like I said, there's bigger tests ahead. Because PSG's next 2 games, by the way, guys, are Manchester City at home and Stuttgart away. So those 2 teams will give them a far better game than what Salzburg did. This was probably their easiest game. So, yeah, Salzburg, man, very, very shambles there.
Yeah.
And yeah, Doué coming up.
Yeah.
Man.
The thing is, this game was at Veltans Arena, which is at Schalke. So technically, it was basically pretty much a Bayern Munich home match.
It was basically a Bundesliga game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, Shakthar did take a lead, but then, Bayern just took over, just dominated, just conquered, just killed. There's not much to say. Like, Shakthar, this is one of the weakest Shakthar teams to be in the Champions League. They're just not good. Bayern Munich just overpowered them, and for not much really to say, is there? It's just,
Yeah, Shakhtar really, really bad, and Bayern, as I said, were fantastic. And the thing with Bayern is that this isn't even look at how many players Bayern have injured.
Yeah, Harry Kane, Neuer, Davis.
Kane, Coman injured, Gnabry injured, and Bayern still scored 5. They still scored 5, even without those players. Oh my jeez. Actually, you got to be thankful that those players didn't play because this could have been double digits if those guys had played. It
would have been even worse, probably.
Yeah, and I think the thing for Bayern is that I still know why Leroy Sané. I don't know how he's still relevant. The guy is washed. The guy's finished. Bayern needs to sell him. The guy's mid.
Yeah, he's mid.
He's washed. Yeah, and I don't know how he's still. You can even score a goal against Shakhtar, Leroy Sané.
In an everybody eats game.
Yeah, that just speaks how bad you are. That speaks how finished you are, essentially.
Everyone is Muller. For Thomas Muller at his age scoring, bro. And you're not.
Even Limer scored. Bro.
Limer at right back. Oh my god, bro! How is this guy scoring?
Yeah, Shakhtar, as I said, atrocious defensively shambles. I think 2 players made mistakes there, and Bayern were just all over. And Bayern absolutely cakewalked this game. And Shakhtar, well, thanks for coming, but you guys are out.
Bro, like RB Salzburg, this is one of the worst Shakhtar side because Shakhtar and Champions League usually are pretty tough. Actually, they're not that easy, but
yeah, they're usually not this bad. Yeah, they're usually not this bad, but it is what it is. And For Shakhtar, as I said, man, they're gonna have to improve a lot. All right, moving on, we got Atletico Madrid 3, Slovan Barcelona 1. Atletico Madrid got the win there. Griezmann, Alvarez banging in the goals. And yeah, for Slovan Barcelona, what is there to say? They didn't do much.
Atletico are actually on a good form right now. Although I do still think I still feel like their team is not good though, from like what I'm seeing. But like we never know. Like, but Atletico, but like I'll say this though, Slaven Bratislava, the keeper is garbage. It seems like 4.8 rating. Like, oh my god, what did he do?
Yeah, and also another thing is that what's it called? Yeah, they were so bad. At least they scored a penalty, which was nice. Longley giving away a penalty. Classic Longley. Atletico, please buy Longley. I don't want him back in my club, so please do it.
5 million, I think even that satisfies you, right? Like,
yeah. Just get him out. I don't care. And obviously the goalkeeper for Slovan, so I think I made an error there. I forgot which goal was it made error for, but he made
it seems like he made a lot. It seemed like he had a really bad game.
Yeah. And for Atletico Madrid, as I said, comfortable win. And for Slovan Barcelona, I believe they're out of the Champions League with this result, I believe.
Look, this was like their first time in the Champions League, so it's just learning experience.
Yeah.
As we say, it's a learning experience.
Yeah. They're basically
Hey, they're on the same point as Leipzig though, so that's something.
Yeah. At least they're not the worst team in the Champions League.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. All right, let's move to the next one we got here.
Wow.
Lille 3, Sturm Graz 2. Lille, man. Lille, man, you almost threw away this game, and I was actually getting worried, man. I didn't want Lille to draw points in this game. And Lille, man, they got the win, a needed win. But bro, they made this a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, it seems like Stuttgart didn't they nearly came back. They came back, but then they lost in the end. But yeah, well.
Yeah. So basically, Lille took an early 2-0 lead back there, the goal there. Oh man, I remember this guy at PSG.
This guy was also at Atalanta, garbage as hell.
Yeah. Then Sarri got the goal there, youngster man. Great to see there, 23-year-old.
David got an assist.
Yeah, Boadi there, and yeah, Lille were just cruise control to basically the first half.
But then they nearly threw it.
Yeah, they nearly threw it, and then the Sturm got the goal there, and they go, okay, we could have ourselves a game. And in the second half, they got the goal there, equalized there. With their only shot on target was a fast break there. And the 81st minute, Hudderson in the 81st minute comes off the bench in the 80th minute and scores a minute later.
That's crazy.
To win for Lille. Massive win for Lille. But man, they made this a lot closer than it should have been. And for Lille, as I said, man, massive win for them. And for Sturm guys, it's disappointing for them, but they haven't been in the Champions League for some time, so let's not be too harsh there.
Yeah.
So
they've done what they could.
Yeah, let's look through some comments. Imagine Al Hilal lose to RB Salzburg. Hey, that'll be embarrassing. Salzburg downfall needs to be studied. I'm back, guys. Welcome back, Prime Barca. Wizard guys. Yesterday, man, said downfall more. Sane is finished. He's been for a while now. Atletico are form now. They could potentially sneak into the top 8 from the view of the stands, and they're 3 points behind first place La Liga with a game to spare.
I don't think they're going to win La Liga, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but it's probably unlikely. But it's possible. Yeah. Boy says, yo. Hello, Eddie's where we can. Lille might make the knockout stages again somehow. Aston Villa only beat Lille on penalties in the Conference League. Sturm guys aren't ultimately Champions League level. Company needs to stop this Man City bias for Sonic. And maybe that's the reason why he's playing Sonic so much, because they're both matches.
To be fair, Bayern also paid a lot for Sonic, but that's like, I think at this point you just gotta sell him. He's just not good.
Yeah, you gotta cut your losses, man. You gotta cut your losses.
I'll say though, Man City Sonic was actually very good. Like before that injury that he got, he was actually a baller.
Yeah,
but
that
was how long ago? Half a decade ago.
And Sturm guys, I mean, Sturm guys did win the Austrian League, which is the reason why they're in the Champions League.
I think but look, they've done what they could. I don't think they've been completely embarrassing. They've just,
Yeah, like they haven't been as bad as like Slovan Bratislava. They haven't been as bad as another team.
RB Leipzig. Even RB Leipzig.
Yeah, and Milan, man. Oh my jeez, Milan.
A lot of controversy behind this game. A lot of controversy.
Yeah, and obviously I know it's the interest that you're not happy with the results.
Yeah, but the thing is, Red Star Belgrade making you shake like that at San Siro.
That's actually sad.
Red Star Belgrade
Exactly.
nearly got that. They probably deserved it. In fact, you could argue maybe they should have got a point. Because that decision, the disallowed goal for Red Star Belgrade, oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how is that goal not disallowed? Yeah, like Milan, like, if I'm a Red Star fan, I would be pretty upset. But like,
Yeah, man, Red Star.
damn, they're unlucky, man. They
And this
actually
is
tried
like,
their best this game. Like
I-
usually most games, like
and
especially
this was
including against Inter, like we smacked them, right? Like most games they get smacked. But this game, they actually, they tried their best. They didn't like embarrass themselves. They actually went out there and tried their best. But damn.
And the thing is, this was on the road. This wasn't even at their stadium.
This was on the road. I actually think they did their best. But yeah, that's actually unlucky. That's heartbreaking.
And Milan, man, as I said, I don't know what's up with this team. This team is not consistent. Because you're telling me this is the same team that beat Real Madrid. This is the same team that beat Inter. It makes sense. Like this team
doesn't make sense. This team does not make sense. It's like Tottenham. It's like Spurs. They don't make sense.
So like, and Leao, man, what a goal that was. That was a fantastic goal there. Great celebration there. And Leao, man, you're a talented player. I don't know why a lot of people don't rate Leao this highly. I think he's a very talented player.
The issue of him is like, again, he's a bit inconsistent. That's his issue, really.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to goal scoring. But in terms of like dribbling, in terms of technique, in terms of like pace, I mean, the guys.
I'll say though, for me this season, Milan's best player has been Tiani Reinders. For me,
Reinders has been amazing. And for Restaurant, man,
Loftus-Cheek and Morata, they're bums. they're so bad.
Yeah, they're bums. They're bums, man. They're washed basically. And both of them got injured, which may be a blessing for them actually. Which actually sounds messed up to say.
Musa is a winger. Musa just I don't know. I know you're a USA fan, but I'm gonna say this: he's a bit average. I can't lie.
And I believe he made the mistake for the Restaurant goal.
Yeah,
he made the mistake there.
Yeah,
Restaurant scored a beautiful goal there to equalize.
Again, like I think Red Star are a bit unlucky. They're gonna feel unlucky because that second goal Milan scored.
Yeah.
Yikes, man.
Tammy Abraham comes off the bench, scores the winner, scores the 87th minute game winner there.
Assisted by Camarda.
Yeah. Shout out to Camarda, man.
But look, people, if there's any Milan fans in the chat, they're probably gonna say you're an Inter fan. So always, but look, I'm just telling you, like that last goal was a bit. You maybe got to get frustrated.
Yeah, it's a bit suspect, but it is what it is. And for Red Star Belgrade, I feel so happy because I actually think they played well. I didn't think they deserved.
They actually had the same amount of possession as Milan did in the second half. What? That's actually
it's crazy. Like they actually competed head to head with Milan. At Milan is crazy. And Milan,
no, they didn't embarrass themselves. Like they actually went out there. You know what? We're gonna play. You know what? We're gonna play. We're gonna do our best.
And you know what the thing is? Usually Red Star Belgrade when it's on the road, they're usually garbage. Usually horrendous.
Yeah.
Usually horrendous. But this time they weren't horrendous. In fact, you could argue they were unlucky. That was probably the better way to put it. So
they probably deserve to get a point.
Milan. I feel so bad for them. Not Milan. I feel so bad for Red Star Belgrade. And from Milan, as I said, man, they better hope that Pulisic comes back from injury soon because, bro, this team with Pulisic is desperately needed for this team.
Yeah, they also need Benacer back. Benacer is also another.
Benacer as well. And
this Milan team's depth is just not good. But Reinders is a very good player. I would say Reinders.
Fofana. I forgot to Fofana. That ball with the top for Fofana to Leao. Oh my jeez, what a ball!
Fofana's actually underrated. I can't lie. People say like he's a bum. He's actually not that bad.
No, he's good, man. He's good, bro. He's good quality this season, man. He's one of their better players.
He's not better than Reinders, though. He's not better than Reinders. Reinders has been great. So So Milan got sold. I feel bad for Red Star though. It's not even because I'm an Inter fan. It's like even as like neutral, like you would still feel like they actually did their best. They actually tried their best, but damn, that's like
let's see. They were lucky. Two of the Red Star Belgrade players were pushed before Abraham's goal. Yep. Belgrade smashed Stuttgart 5-1. The manager was the one that got punished. I don't recognize Milan anymore. Milan has so many foreign players in the starting 11. I don't think that's the issue. I think the problem.
The issue is, first of all, I'll say this: Fonseca is just not that good of a coach.
He's a bad coach.
And two, it's just their team is just it's definition of inconsistent. Like every single player. Like, if you look at this Milan team, right? I'll say this: like even like Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao, they're not like always like Iron Proof, like always consistent. They have their bad games, even though they're good players. Like that's the issue. I would say their most consistent player this season has probably been Tiani Reinders. I would say so.
Yeah.
And probably like
right.
Maignan is like another player that's like he's not always that consistent. That's the issue.
What about Pulisic? Do you think he's been one of their best players this season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say it's probably in Pulisic or Reinders. I think it's those two.
And you know what the thing with Milan is that they're like Spurs. They're not really consistent against the small teams, but when it comes time to play against the big teams, they raise their level. They put like it's like I don't know how to give this example, but it's like they thrive being the underdogs.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But when they're actually expected to win, yeah.
Like that, because I'm sorry, calling Milan underdogs is crazy. Because I'm sorry, the statue of this club, the history of this club, they're not underdogs. But in the year 2024, they're basically underdogs. You know, so like all
this
time
is why people are saying their Conference League go, oh, like they went to the Bernabeu and won 3-1. They beat Inter. Like you know what? I think Milan are kind of a team. Like I would be more like, I'm pretty sure you send them to Anfield against Liverpool. They're probably more likely to get something there than, let's say, home against Slovan Bratislava. That's just how funny they are. And by the way, against Slovan Bratislava, they actually played and they nearly dropped points. So that's actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah, this Milan team. Yeah, you know that's the thing with Milan is that they're just a very inconsistent team. They have their moments. They have, but like I said, they basically turn up when they want to turn up.
Yeah, that's pretty much. They're a moody team. That's basically what they are.
Yeah, it's probably weird comparison.
They're just a chill guy, basically. Like
yeah, it's like a child. You know, a child's like so desperate, like I gotta prove something. Then he was gonna do it. But if the child doesn't feel like doing it, they're just gonna do it. But it won't be that.
Milan, I would say, are like, you know, when you're like you have an exam week and you're like procrastinated, but that like the last minute you're like, oh nah, like just, and then somehow just get like a high score because of that. Like you desperation just to swallow like everything. That's kind of how they are.
Yeah. All right, let's look at your guys' comments. Everyone playing from Milan still where Reinders still isn't better than Tom. Oh yeah, obviously Tom always better.
Well, yeah, no. I don't think the gap is that big though.
Milan goofy team. Oh come on, goofy's a bit harsh. Don't call them goofy.
Yeah, they're not goofy. They're just weird.
Man City won the last 10 games. Yep. When Milan were at their best, they used to have an Italian core of players and an Italian manager. Of course, the problem. It is a problem. Sorry, but I don't think it's the main problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's the main problem.
Yeah,
they're mid, but like the thing is, they're mid, but like they're mid when they want to be mid. Because this Milan team, if they want to be good, they can actually be good. That's the like you can't evaluate them. Like it's just how they want to be.
Yeah. So Milan are Conference League level. Milan might be in the Conference League next
season. They're going to get top 4 in Serie A. Relax. They probably are. Yeah. Actually, will they get top? That's actually something to debate because Napoli, Inter are going to get it. Atalanta have been very good. Napoli have been good. Juventus a bit shaky, but Juventus haven't lost the game. But yeah, there's like, I don't know, but I'm not Conference League. They're at least going to get Europa League. They're not that bad. And if coefficients work how they did, like, no.
Yeah, ever since Milan reached the semifinals 22-23.
To be fair, they had a group of death. To be fair.
Yeah. That was a group of death, man. Milan haven't built on that Serie A title win 2022. Yeah. The fact there are no Milan players in Italy's Euro 2020 winning squad was embarrassing.
Technically, Florenzi was one.
Florenzi.
He was just there in it though. That's the meme. Like he was just kind of there. I think. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. I'll see you on the battlefield too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, lack of possession from the passion with the players. Is more like Dortmund or Tottenham?
Pretty much.
I would say more like Tottenham, I guess, for now.
Not historically, though. Not historically.
Yeah, not historically. Yeah, obviously not. Dude, if I say historically, I'll get slapped. I'll get attacked. Bro, like, we're meaning, like, in the big team sense, you know?
Yeah. No, if we said historically, I think we would get demonetized right now. Like, it would just be really...
Yeah. That club's
freaking... was a bomb.
Tara said they're not getting top 4.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think they're going to get below 6. But that's what I'm saying. But... I don't know. Because Atalanta, Inter are going to get top 4. Atalanta probably will get it. Napoli, I don't know.
This will actually be interesting, man. This will actually be interesting. Serie A
Yeah,
top
that's
four,
actually
man.
something to keep in mind, like for maybe in the future. That's actually
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
But Serie A right now
Top.
is the way it's like you don't know who's gonna get where. Like it's that.
All right, Iron Man. Just chat here, man. Forget the Discord. Just chat here. He was just there in it. The fact that we're saying Milan or like Tottenham, sometimes that's right. We're imagine saying that sounds the same. If we like saying Real Madrid, or like the Tottenham of the
Well,
people.
we're not saying they're like the club. We're saying like as a team.
Like
As a club, that's just
we're saying,
disrespectful.
yeah, yeah. We don't mean like they're bums. We don't like we're not going
Yeah.
that far. But like, yeah. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Arsenal 3, Monaco 0. Monaco, man. They had a good start to the game, but I don't know what they happened. But the second half was absolutely embarrassing because the first half they actually did decent. Arsenal had to work hard. Gabriel Jesus facing those setters, and I said this before, guys. Arsenal or Gabriel Jesus is mid. The guy is mid. He can't be. He's not a top striker.
I also think Martinelli's mid, in my opinion. I think both are mid.
Yeah, Arsenal. I think Arsenal have to sell Jesus.
Saka's good. Saka's good though. I rate Saka.
Yeah, Saka's amazing. Saka's amazing. He had a fantastic game. And shout out to the young kid, man. The young kid who got the assist for the goal there. Sorry, Louis Dilly. I think he's the one that made the pass. What a pass that was. For Saka to score the opening
goal. Yeah. But look, Arsenal.
Yeah, I never heard this guy.
It seems like they've been entering good form though recently. It seems like Arsenal are getting a bit better.
Yeah, it feels like when Odegaard's back, Arsenal's looking good now.
Yeah, Arsenal. I always said Arsenal are a good team. I think sometimes people overrate them a bit too much, but they're not a bad team. Like they're a good team. Now people are saying they're Champions League contenders. That's story for another day. Sure yeah, but look, Monaco a bit disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, they were good. They were good in the first half.
Yeah, look, if they lost this game, let's say like 2-1 or 1-0, you could say, okay, you know what, it's Arsenal away. You know what, fair enough. But like you lose 3-0 and lose like that, it's just like, not great.
And especially 2 goals coming from mistakes. Like remember, the center back made a mistake and the goalkeeper made a mistake.
Yeah.
Third goal.
Yeah.
Like so, like my thing with Monaco is that, like obviously I think many of us knew they were going to lose, but to lose this fashion is quite sad. And they were playing out from the back and. Oh my geez, I don't know why.
I think they were a bit naive. In this game. That's the issue.
Yeah. They were a bit naive, the young experience, and I just think that for Arsenal, man, they were good on the day, fantastic. And yeah, Arsenal, if you really want to win the Champions League, which I think you guys can win, you need a better striker.
The issue is Gabriel Jesus against a big team on a big European night is not going to help you. I'm sorry, he's going to let you down. And there's people will say Kai Havertz, but I don't think Kai Havertz is like a 9. I'll keep saying this.
Yeah, he's a makeshift.
Yeah, he's a makeshift. And I think he scored this game. But Kai Havertz, I'll always say this, is like in a big moment, in a big match, when you need a striker, do you really trust Kai Havertz to be that guy? No, you don't.
Now, to be fair, he has the moments player, so maybe he could shine well in the Champions League knockout stage. But if he's going to do it, I don't think he can only give you like.
To be fair, he scored a winning goal in the Champions League final. To be fair,
like I don't think the guy's gonna give you moments week in week out. Like he's not gonna be that.
He's better than Jesus. Like Jesus just.
Oh yeah, obviously. But what I'm saying is that for Arsenal, they need a full-blooded striker. They need a striker that scores every single game.
For example,
they need. Yeah, Gogres would be amazing for Arsenal. I think that would actually be perfect.
Actually, he fits them. I actually think that's a good signing if they do that.
Yeah, I actually think that. And if you're Gogres, man, and if you want to leave Sporting, I think Arsenal's probably the best team for you.
Yeah. Don't go to Manchester United. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. Go to Arsenal because for Arsenal, as I said, Saka was amazing. Saka, 14 goals in the Champions League, fantastic. And I mean, he's been sensational. Been one of Arsenal's best players. And Saka, man, what a player, man, what a player.
Great player.
All right, wow.
Boring.
Oh my.
Bologna are just. You know what we said about Girona? Remember what we said about they're a season too late in the Champions League? I think that applies to Bologna as well, pretty much. They're just a season too late in the Champions League. They're just not. I'll say this though. They haven't actually been as trash this season as probably many expected or many thought. Like they've been mid, but like they haven't been like garbage. But I'm gonna say this though. Like this game, to be fair, I think this game I think they're a bit fortunate that they drew. I think Benfica had chances to win. They were a bit wasteful. But look, I think Bologna held their own, but like Bologna are just, again, similar to Girona. It's just they're just too late, season late in Champions League. Bologna were here last season when they were like with all those players. maybe they could have done better.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting, man. Interesting. All right. So yeah, not really much to say about this one. I think Benfica were the better team. I think Bologna were honestly that great. I mean, you could just see the stats here. They weren't great. Benfica had a lot of chances
Both
to
Benfica were very
convert, and
wasteful. Very, very wasteful.
yeah, yeah, Bologna. I think they should be thankful they got points.
Yeah, they should be
Honestly,
thankful.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then I think we got two more games to go through. Feyenoord 4, Sparta 2. I mean, Feyenoord absolutely obliterates Sparta. And man,
Damn.
Sparta, man, bro, Sparta, man, I didn't think they would be this bad because I saw this team in the Europa League last season, and I know it's the Europa League, and I know Europa League and Champions League is a bit rich, but come on, this is like I don't like. I expected more from Feyenoord Sparta this season. They've been so underwhelming.
Yeah, but Feyenoord, it seems like they just dominated them and just
Yeah. So fantastic. And shout out to Musa, man. This guy's a baller, man. 22 years old, Algeria, man. Maybe the next big
scored against
Algerian
Man City, I
superstar.
think, at the Etihad.
Yeah, he scored against Manchester City. And maybe this could be the next big thing for Africa, man. I'm excited to see what he does the next AFCON. Because he
He's
should be
a
the next
right winger for Algeria. Is he Riyad
Yeah.
Mahrez' successor?
Morris
Is he?
post replacement. And we know Morris is kind of finished now, so maybe he's going to
But is he
replace
the
Morris.
successor? Who knows?
Yeah,
Someone to
I
keep
don't
an
know.
eye out for. Someone definitely to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, Paxi also had a fantastic game. He scored a goal there. Chandra got the
Jimenez.
goal. Nico up and yeah, Jimenez and yes, Sparta. At least they got some consolation goals, but yeah, I mean overall they were pretty much outclassed.
Yeah.
Defensively.
To be fair, they
great.
had similar shots. To be fair, but
Yeah.
Feyenoord had better chances.
Yeah, and I think one of the players made a mistake for one of the goals. I forgot which ones it was.
I think it would have been
yeah.
the Viti guy, the one with
Yeah,
probably 4.0. Yeah, probably 4.0.
it's actually not him. It's actually not
Oh,
him.
really?
Maybe yeah. I thought maybe the goal. Oh no, actually never mind. I guess it was a mistake. But yeah, anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is that Feyenoord were fantastic and Sparta weren't really. All right, the final game we got here. Stuttgart 5.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wow. I'm not surprised. Stuttgart absolutely demolished YB. And I'm sorry, I don't know how
YB had a start. They kind of like Shakthar against Bayern. Like, they were given like the false start hope and then got met Ria got hit with a reality check. Yeah. Not much to say, I think. Stuttgart, I don't think they're a bad team. I mean, they're just all right, I guess. But to be fair, they did get demolished by a Red Star in a previous round, so I don't know what to make of them.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, for Stuttgart, as I said, they made up for the 5-1 defeat to Red Star Belgrade.
5-1 win.
And YB, man, and YB, man, they shouldn't be in the Champions League. And I blame Galatasaray, man. Galatasaray, how do you lose to YB?
You know what? I would have loved Galatasaray also, because I actually think Galatasaray in Europe are actually not like that easy to especially if you go away to their state, they're not that easy to beat. Like they're pretty rough.
They're very entertaining. And I'm saying that it's crazy how this YB team. That's pretty much been the only highlight of them this season. Like they've been so bad this season. Even the Swiss League, they're not even doing well. And so, for YB, as I said, man,
I feel like Galatasaray. Look, they're a bigger team. Let's be honest, they're a bigger club than YB. Galatasaray, a big Turkish club, and I think, going to Galatasaray, they're a team. Like YB. Let's be honest, right? They're not like some upsetting team, right? Like they can upset a team at home or even like that. Like they're not that intimidating, right? They made it close against Inter, to be fair, but we just we just missed so many chances. So I'm saying Galatasaray, even big teams could be scared of going away to Galatasaray. You get what I'm saying, right? That they're that kind of so I think that would have been a better addition in my opinion. So yeah,
definitely. And yeah, for YB, as I said, they aren't usually this bad in the Champions League. They usually aren't this bad. I remember a few years ago they defeated Juventus. I believe they defeated
Manchester United, but to be fair,
I know, but it's still they aren't this season. They're really
but I just think I think Galatasaray are a bit more established. I think much.
Yeah, and I don't know how Galatasaray lost to YB. I still don't know how. I still don't know how. And so but shout out to Stuttgart for getting the win. What's crazy? This is the first time Stuttgart have won a home game since I think 2010. I think my commentators say that.
Wait, so they haven't won a home game at home this season Champions League so far?
I don't think they have.
Wait,
Like, let me just
really?
double check.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Well, let's see. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
it
an.
is true. It's true. It is
Oh
true.
wow! But it seems like most of their games have been away games. It seems like.
Yeah, like they haven't won a game on. They haven't won a game at home in the Champions League
That's
season.
actually what?
Crazy.
I didn't actually
That's
think
actually.
because I actually thought Stuttgart this season in UCL have not been that bad. So I was like, okay. But to be fair, they've had a
Yeah.
lot of away games. It seems like so now they're gonna have a bit more home games. So maybe that works in their
Yeah.
favor.
But yeah, for shout out to Stuttgart, man, and for YB, as I said, disgraceful. They're out of the Champions League. They can no longer qualify. And let's just go through the teams that can no longer qualify. So Leipzig are out. Slovan are out.
And
Bologna can still technically do it, although
I
it's
don't think it's
still
gonna
very
happen,
slim.
but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Salzburg, they got Real Madrid next. Just honestly, like
Yeah.
Belgrade. Man, it probably won't, but I feel bad for them though. They could have got a point in this game.
Actually, before we go to the things, let's go through guys' comments. I know when you mean it's embarrassing. A lot of time being consistent. This is better than passing the shooting. Gets to go Arsenal. Yeah, I think stay at Dortmund for now. I
I'll
wouldn't
say
go Arsenal.
Dortmund. I think he's too raw. I don't think he's that proven.
Yeah, it's too early. Too early. Martinez moved to Hastings. Arsenal won't win anything again this season. Monaco is such a bipolar club that can lose so much. He played well on the left wing role against the players have been inconsistent. He's a moments player. There's a reason why Man City sold as a star. So I suggest Gokras and get into Jerry. Or should go Liverpool or both. I knew it ended 0-0. Bologna are Conference League level, definitely. Yeah, they're Conference League at best. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, maybe probably Conference League, probably maybe even Europa League, but they're not Champions League level anymore.
Yeah, definitely not Champions League. Benfica should have won this game. Oh yeah, Feyenoord got big complacent. Jimenez will get a big move. Oh yeah, Santa got Jimenez, man. He also scored as well. Young striker coming through. I'll keep an eye on him. That's ring for AFCON. Stuttgart destroyed. Stuttgart have 2 goals at tournament contenders. Why we never do anything to Champions League? Okay, that's a bit harsh.
They've got some harsh. They have some moments.
And remember, last season they were in the Champions. They made it to the Europa League. They defeated what was it called? They Red Star Belgrade, if I remember correctly. So to say they're like a nothing team, that's a bit harsh. But obviously they're not that good of a team.
But they're not like Galatasaray. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. There were some games they should have won earlier. YB just made it comfortable for them. I'd rather have Basel instead of YB. Galatasaray more European heritage than Arsenal. Galatasaray let me down in the Champions League last season. They beat Juventus when it was a dead rubber. Galatasaray is like a Sporting Celtic kind of team when they're good at home. Yeah, we all hope LSG don't qualify. Let's hope so, man. They won't. All right, so let's go to the table. So as you can see, so let me actually pull up the Wikipedia page because I think the Wikipedia page is actually nice for this one. It can actually tell us which teams have mathematically secured and which teams that are basically out of contention. So as you can see right here, guys, league table, guys, league table. Where's the league table, man? We're also gonna look at the fixtures. League table. So as you can see right here, so these are the teams. So Leipzig, Slovan, YB are out. Bologna, Salzburg, and Belgrade can still qualify to the playoffs, but they can't finish top 8. Sparta, Praha, Shakthar, and then Liverpool and Barca have guaranteed themselves at least playoffs. They haven't guaranteed top 8, but they have guaranteed teams at least playoffs. Yeah. But you would most likely assume they would get top 8. So, yeah, and you can see the bracket right here, guys. Liverpool is guaranteed to finish 1 to 16, round to be guaranteed seeding. So let's look at the Matchday 7 games real quick, guys. Now remember, Matchday 7 is going to be in a month from now, guys. Basically in a month from now. So we're not going to have it's going to be a long time since then. And it's weird. Normally the Champions League ends around this time, but with the new format, it's not going to end around this time.
But to be fair, at least we're going to have matches in January. In normal format, we had nothing until February.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So let's look ahead and get to the game. So Atalanta Sturm, guys. Let's give early calls, just early predictions.
Yeah, so I think Atalanta win that, right?
Yeah, I would agree. But now Monaco Villa is an interesting one.
Ooh, maybe a draw.
Yeah, I'm thinking a draw for now. Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen. I'm thinking a draw.
Probably a draw. Yeah.
Benfica, Barca. I think we could beat Benfica.
Yeah, maybe either a Barca win or a draw. Because if it's Benfica away. So I don't know.
Yeah. Dortmund versus Bologna. I think Dortmund should win.
They probably should win, yeah.
Club Brugge versus
Juve
Juventus.
probably should get a win. But this does
Yeah,
feel, to be fair, though, this does feel like a slip, though. This does feel like a banana skin.
yeah. Honestly, I could see Club Brugge getting results here because they have been good, especially this being at Club Brugge's home. I could see
Yeah.
maybe a draw.
I can see a draw here. Yeah.
Yeah, Red Star Belgrade versus
Red Star,
PSG.
you know what? Ooh. Red Star, ooh.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say a draw for that one, actually.
Yeah. Actually, but I can see Red Star winning. I can actually see Red Star winning there.
Actually, what? I might go Red Star win. I might go Red Star win.
I think.
But remember, guys,
see
yeah, Liverpool
Liverpool
should win. Obviously.
and Stuttgart should win, right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Stuttgart should be Slovan Barcelona. They're out.
Leipzig Sporting a draw, I guess.
I'm thinking maybe Sporting might win just because Leipzig have nothing to play
but
for. So
Sporting, I feel like right now I'm just not going through a good time. So.
But remember, like it's in a month's time, so a lot can change.
True. So I don't know. Maybe a draw. Shakthar Brest. Maybe Brest get a win.
Brest. Yes. Milan Girona. Oh, that's good. Milan should win.
Milan should win. It's at San Siro. Milan should win.
Arsenal better beat Dinamo.
Celtic. I actually think Celtic wins that.
Yeah, me too. YB is pretty much out.
Feyenoord, Bayern. I think Bayern probably.
Bayern.
I could see a maybe a draw though. Yeah.
And then this game right here, guys. PSG Man City. That's the interesting one because, guys, if you look at the table right here, guys, both PSG and Manchester City. Manchester City are barely in the top 24, and PSG are right outside of it. And if you look at the points,
I feel like this is draw all over it.
They're only 1 point off of each other, so this is going to be a massive game. Like it almost feels like whoever loses this game might be out.
Yeah, because that's why I feel like this has draw written all over it.
Like that's gonna be okay. Real Madrid should be Salzburg and Inter should be Sparta Praha.
Yeah.
So yeah, so guys, so this is how the knockouts was. So if the Champions League ended today, guys, the league phase, this is how the knockouts.
The thing is, I don't think this is real though. I don't think this is real.
No, but like it's like showing you. So like we can see Dortmund or Bayern go up against either PSG or Dinamo Zagreb. And remember, Dortmund and Bayern are going to be opposite sides. So, like, whichever team gets drawn will be the opposite side. So, like, if Dortmund gets...
This ain't like an actual thing, just saying for viewers.
Yeah. So, like, let's say hypothetically, let's say Dortmund gets Dinamo Zagreb. That means Bayern will get PSV on the other side of the bracket. So, there'll be two sides of the bracket. So, we could see 9th versus...
That's what I said, right? That's actually what I said last stream. I think it's going to be like that. It's going to be like highest get top, 9th gets 24th, and from here to that's how it's going to be.
Yeah. And remember, guys, if you finish lower in the top, if you finish lower in the second half, you get the second leg away.
Yeah, and if you finish like higher, you get
the second leg
at home.
Second leg at home. Yeah. So Atletico Madrid, Milan, Atletico Man City, Milan Celtic. Ooh, that could be interesting. And then Atalanta, Real Madrid.
Wait, look at that. Atalanta would get Madrid.
Yeah. And also, by the way, guys, teams from the same country can play each other in the round of 16. That they have to remove that. So, yeah, that's not
same. Yeah, that's actually. That's true though. Yeah.
And then Benfica, Feyenoord, Monaco, Sporting. Ooh, and then the round of 16 right here, guys. So, then remember, guys, if you finish the top 8, you're gonna have the second leg at home in the round of 16.
Yeah, that's a big advantage. Second leg at home.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, guys, to see what happens.
Probably gonna be different. Look, I think we should make calls of who we think will get top 8, right? To end it off.
Yeah. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll wrap it up.
So Liverpool definitely.
Yeah, Liverpool for sure.
Barca,
I think probably, yeah.
Arsenal, I think Arsenal should. I would say Arsenal. Leverkusen, maybe. Actually, Leverkusen, they do have.
Let me check.
Probably should also check what else they have. They have Atleti away. They did.
Let me just. Let's see. Bayer Leverkusen. They play final match. They play Sparta at home.
Okay. I think they should get top 8.
How many points do you think will be enough to get top 8?
4.
Do you think 15? 15? I think 15.
So I think they're on 13. They're on 13 right now. If they draw against Atleti, they get 14. They win. They get 7. I think they should be fine.
I think 15 is like the number.
The thing is, Atletico are only 1 point behind Leverkusen. I just realized.
Yeah. So, let's see. I'm trying to see right here. So, let's simulate. Yeah. So, I think you need 15 points. I think 15 points is the magic number to get top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, actually 19 mathematically for sure, but
Yeah.
15 minimum. 15 minimum. So
Yeah.
Leverkusen, I mean, they should beat Spar. They should beat Spar Praha. So I think they should be fine.
That Atleti game is crucial. That Atleti game is going to be important.
Yeah, I think it'll be more important for Atletico than Leverkusen, but I mean, it could be important. Yeah, I think actually, what? I think it'll be both important for both teams.
Yeah.
Villa.
I mean, that's hard.
I gotta check the fixtures, man.
They got
Villa,
Monaco
let's see.
next away.
They got Monaco away, and then they got Celtic at home.
Okay, they beat Celtic at home.
Yeah, I think they beat Celtic. So I'm gonna say Villa. I say Villa gets top 8.
Inter, we got Sparta Prague away and Monaco. I think we should, I would say so.
Inter should. All right, and then
Brest. So they got they got Shakthar and Real Madrid.
Okay, they should beat Shakthar.
Do we say it? Do we?
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. You know what? I'll say it. You know what? Start Brest to get top 8. Who would have thought? Imagine if that happened.
And then Lille. Do Lille get top 8?
So they got Liverpool and who else?
Let's see. Liverpool and Feyenoord at home.
Ooh. They're not beating Liverpool at Anfield. They're losing.
Yeah, it's not Feyenoord. I think. I mean, even though they're at home against Feyenoord, I think that's a tough one. I don't think it's straightforward.
I don't think they do it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna fall short. Dortmund. What about Dortmund? Let me just.
So they got Bologna away, and I think they got. I forgot what else they have at home.
But... let's see. Dortmund. They got Bologna and then Shakthar. Okay, yeah, Dortmund should.
Okay, I think Dortmund make it. Yeah.
Wait, are we really saying Bayern don't make the top 8? Wow.
Wait, who do Bayern have? So they have Feyenoord away. Are we really saying Bayern don't make it?
Bayern, I mean, that's crazy, man. Like Bayern Munich not in the top 8. Wow. Let's see. So Bayern, let's see. Let me just double check. So they got Feyenoord away and the Slovan Barcelona at home.
Okay, so they're gonna destroy Slovan. Do Brest make it? Brest. Okay, let me count this out. Brest are gonna lose to Madrid, I think. I don't think Brest make it.
Oh, so we say 50 points and not enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think
16 think Brest make it. As much.
Yeah, I was just looking at the odds here. So 16 points, 15 points, that gives you 11% chance. So 16.
Yeah, Bayern will get 18. The thing is, Feyenoord away is actually not that easy. But Bratislava at home, they're on. I don't think Brest make it. I think Dortmund and Bayern make it. Unfortunately.
Oh man.
It's just Brest have good last.
So you're saying of all the surprise, only Villa.
Pretty much, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, Villa, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Damn, that sucks. That sucks, but damn, Villa.
Yeah, but I think it's not Brest like getting the top 6, the top half of the top 6 knockaround playoffs would be amazing.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think they're gonna get. I think second leg will be at home for both of the Lille and Stade Brest. I think.
Yeah. All right. Let's make sure, guys. Dang, we've been here for 2 hours. We got to round up here soon.
Yeah.
So we're about to round up.
I think for me it's gonna be Liverpool, Barca, Arsenal, Leverkusen, Villa, Inter, Dortmund, and Bayern. I think probably gonna be that.
Okay. Let me see. Actually, there's this website that
Milan. This is hard.
Yeah, you know the thing is like you have to look through all the games that we to do this. So
yeah, I don't know.
Let me see what the odds.
Damn.
Let me see what the odds.
But the thing is, Villa could lose to. Okay, if Villa was playing Monaco at home, I would be like, sure. but they're playing away. What's more likely?
I don't know. Remember, this is in January.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's in January. This is like, damn, I don't know. Like,
yeah. All right, let's read some guys' comments. Top 8 predictions: Liverpool, Barca, Leverkusen, Inter, Dortmund, Lille, Arsenal, Bayern. Corrections.
Lille.
Not gonna lie, maybe Lille might fail off top 8, but they do get top 8, then good for them. At this point, you have to get between 16 and 17 points to make the top 8. Yeah, 15 points. No, Bayern would get 18 points.
Yeah, I think Bayern are beating. Yeah. So the way I see it is, I think, yeah. But the thing is, you gotta also consider others also.
Yeah, like the thing is, like it's tricky, man. It's tricky.
This is tricky.
So I mean, so that means Real Madrid is like likely out. They can't make top 8 because
that's actually insane.
Yeah, so basically, Club Brugge onwards have a shot if it's 16, and
so
I do.
If Monaco beats Villa, then again, it's very interesting. I think.
Yeah, Monaco at home, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
I see a world where I don't think Villa's winning that game. I'll say that. Hard.
But Villa,
Juventus they got Bruges, and I forgot who else they have.
Juventus. Let me just double check.
Milan. This is hard. Like
they got Benfica.
The way I see it is, I think if whoever is on 2 losses, if they lose one more, I think they're gonna get top 8. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, basically, I think to get top 8, you're gonna have to basically win both games.
Pretty much, and you gotta also hope that you might have to win. It might have to come down to goal difference. Now that I think about it,
goal difference. I think 4 points at least is gonna be.
But that's the thing. If that's the case, then I'm sorry. Like Bayern is gonna farm against Slovan Bratislava.
Yeah. So it's tricky. Like I said, guys, this new format is
maybe we can't really give the correct prediction. All I can say is I think Barca, Inter, Liverpool, Arsenal, and yeah, like the other side.
Okay, I'll tell you this, guys. I think one of the underdogs will make the top 8.
Yeah,
I think only one's gonna make it.
I think Villa might, but the thing of Villa is Monaco away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky, man. Yeah. Real Madrid ain't getting top 8, but at the same time, they can still find a way to win a UCL. That is true.
Yeah.
Like Real Madrid can finish 24th and still win the Champions League. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, that would be the most Real Madrid thing to do.
Yeah, the top 8 would get interesting. It would be between Villa, Lille, and Brest. Yeah, I do think it's gonna be one of those 3 teams. I maybe even imagine all 3 qualifying. I would love to see all 3, but I don't think all 3 is gonna do it.
I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. We gotta also be realistic, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to round up here, guys. Hope you guys would enjoy a 2-hour stream for you guys. Like I said, we're not going to have any more Champions League until January, pretty much like late end of January. So, it's worth it, man. It's worth it. So, hope you guys would enjoy today's stream. Please remember to like and subscribe.
Big match day. This was a very, very big match day overall. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, guys, there's times in the description below for you guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys later, man. Peace out. And remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And let me see how many likes we're on before I round off. We're currently on. Let's see. We're currently on 13 likes. 13 likes. Okay, 13 likes is pretty good. All right. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.